Fire and wind come from the sky, from the gods of the sky. But Crumb is your god. Crumb, and he lives in the earth. Once giants lived in the earth, Conan. And in the darkness of chaos, they fooled Crumb. And they took from him the enigma of steel. Crumb was angered, and the earth shook. And fire and wind struck down these giants, and they threw their bodies into the waters. But in their rage, the gods forgot the secret of steel and left it on the battlefield. And we who found it are just men. Not gods, not giants. Just men. And the secret of steel has always carried with it a mystery. You must learn its riddle, Conan. You must learn its discipline. For no one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
Hey man, is that Double D? Yeah man, well turn it up man.
Let's just go in and like kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren. Right?
They're utter shits. They're utter shits.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement. Which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys. For socialism and femboys.
For socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be off.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please. Like, we love them, but there's like 500 million of them.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lube for their rectal adventures.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg? Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg? It's a little bitty place. Otisburg? Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
Great, Sam!
We dumping chump. It's a landslide, sir.
On guard.
It's time to mobilize. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
A giant penis.
Did you cry? That so much. I went into the house and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I just crawled onto her and sobbed.
Oh my God.
Well, ain't the old opening better?
On with the show.
Hey-ho, neighborinos. How we doing? Looks like we already got a couple super chats lined up. Holy smokes.
We got them lined up like jets taking off.
That's right. One behind the other. What team was that again that did that?
Mississippi Valley State.
Mississippi Valley State.
Jerry Rice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Always
bonus
that.
Point if anybody knows the quarterback without looking it up.
Ooh. DB. Hey, dog brothers, sword sisters. Dwaro Deep is infested with purple worms. Indeed it is. So I must paint one. Prep continues. Looking forward to the show. Done that many times, my friend. Got a stream on in the background and just kind of painting away. I love it. I like it a lot. I bet if you dig down deeper, you're gonna hit gold there. Whoa, yeah, there we go. Dark Knight of Hibernia. Do we have something?
Cool. I certainly do. We have a new one. Let me find it. This one cracked me up in the production meeting.
Thought you were trying to lose weight.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
That's a good one. Let's go to Dark Knight of Hibernia. 10 euro. Crom, I've never played for you before. I have no dice for it. No one will know if we were good players or bad. Crits please you, Crom, so grant me a good war game. And if not, to hell with you. Love that speech.
I like that his son just sat there and listened without talking, eyes on the prize the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
put your phone down. Let's
That's right. Listen
got something to say.
Saw Patrick Demo has been a member for 9 months.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Congratulations,
Thank you, Patrick.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep, he's dead again.
Oh my God! They killed
Rogan.
you bastard!
Yeah, not feeling well, under the weather. So get well soon, Rogan. Just me and Mouse holding down the house.
Got a mouse in the house.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you, Osiris. He will rise again. Yep. Can never be completely destroyed. Jerry Rice's QB. Troy Aikman, says Mac.
That is incorrect.
It's not. I was telling Crazy Mouse, there's a good, if you're kind of interested in football or maybe just an old head like us, good documentary on Netflix about the Cowboys dynasty in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. That was actually pretty good. That's all I did is I binged on that last weekend. Socialism and Femboys, indeed. Crawford at a Crimson Craw. You know what? I think these guys need a little warm-up, don't you, Crazy Mouse?
For sure. Yeah, we did get some rain today.
Yep.
Our local baseball team is going for a three-peat tonight, and the game did not get canceled. They're going to play in the drizzle.
It's how much I love you guys. Me and Mrs. D were there last night, and I was just praying, please just win it tonight. And, they got to the 7th inning and then started to walk everybody. I think they walked 4 people and ended up losing. So game 3, deciding game tonight. So go Seawolves.
If they win, it'll be their 3rd in a row. It's their 4th time in a row being in the championship.
Yes.
But we are an affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. So these are all future Detroit Tigers. In fact, the current Detroit Tigers are all former Seawolves.
Yeah.
Yet
they're choking their way their
some
division.
reason, our city does not back them as soon as they make the pros.
All right, here you go. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
The first one where she was
like them
twirling
apples?
her scarf, that is like backstage, and there's a guy that captures you movements in like 4K slow motion or something. He looks like Troy Polamalu from the Steelers,
yeah.
but he's not.
I had that whole thing. I just cut him out of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody
I don't
wanted
know
to see
his
him.
name.
But yeah, she got huge plots of land. Dark Knight, indeed. Tell you what, let's. I got one thing to make you folks aware of. I'll need control here for a moment.
You got it.
All right, so all right, our old friend Travis Fauber.
Mm-hmm.
I think we took a look at this earlier. Full Metal Tilt jousting rules for the OSR. It will be going live in just a maybe like less than 2 months now. So if you guys want to, I think I put the link in the description of Rumble and YouTube. So just go ahead and hit the notify me on launch, so you can get notified, and you can get these cool rules for jousting. Trav is one of us.
Yeah. So. And the other thing is, we'd love to have him on before this, happens, so we can push this over the top.
When it launches, we will definitely have Trav on. Like I said, he's kind of with me for a long, long time, and occasionally will feed me stuff that he sees. So I have no problem helping out those folks. Gratis. Tabletop Epics, $1.99. Kamala's
if you just would have
stepdaughter
pitched in that extra penny, you would have got one.
Yeah, you could have gotten it. He's going to be a strict taskmaster tonight.
I don't
Kamala's
round-
stepdaughter
I don't round
is Sweeney of the left. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think so. There is nobody right now like good old Sydney Sweeney.
Does anybody know anything, like any movies or anything she's in? I mean, I could Google it, but I just
nothing I would probably care to watch.
Yeah,
I like those American Eagle ads.
My Mrs. Mouse got a part-time seasonal job at American Eagle.
Yeah,
her and Sydney Sweeney are colleagues.
Indeed. Tell her we said hello.
Yeah.
Man, some women just they're blessed from birth. Good genes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the thing? Good genes.
You're darn tootin'.
Titty. Speaking of titties and beer for $5.
You dirty dog! I see what you did there.
I don't even need any beer. At Titties and Beer, Faux Sydney. Indeedly do. Yes, well placed, my friend. Well placed. Chris, our favorite Mad Scribe, says the new issue of Mad Scribe is going to feature a Dragonslayer adventure, The Blue Lady, which uses the full tilt rules too.
Oh, that's awesome!
Perfect. I was hoping you guys would hook up.
Travis did a great job.
Yep, no doubt. Oh, Craig Bragg 410. Tell me.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Oh, he gets a double.
Bitter dregs.
Bitter dregs indeed. Evening all. Got a King James Version Bible today. Going to church for the first time in decades this Sunday. Pray for me, for I am a bitter dreg. Congratulations. Yeah, Mrs. D is actually talking about that. She's like, should we try to find a church? I'm very particular. I don't want one of these new age like churches that's kind of down with all the silliness and all that stuff. So, but who knows? Definitely am going to make a vow to be a little bit more religious. Let's just say reading my Bible. So congratulations, Craig. What else do we got here?
If that's what centers you, Craig, then go for it. People get centered in different ways. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think the whole Charlie Kirk thing, I think it did kind of set off kind of like a little revival almost. I think people are realizing there's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with being religious. They tried to humiliate you into thinking like only dogmatic, or unthinking people were Christian. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Double D, you need a trad Catholic or Orthodox church. Yeah, we may just go back to a Catholic church. That's kind of how we raised our kids. In traditional Catholic. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €10. This guy's on fire. Good Lord.
You called down the thunder. Well, now you got it.
You do got it.
I promise I turned off my volume.
It's okay. In a previous session, I played in my friend's Weird West game using swords and wizardry plus 1E DMG. My dwarven fighter thief challenged a lawful centaur to a jousting duel, and the dwarf beat him easily. Nice. Gotta watch out for them dwarves in jousts. You wouldn't think so, but
fighter thief, I like it.
Yeah, here we go. Looks like Tabletop Epics is hitting us up. Sorry, here's more. I went to HPB today and scored half price books, I believe, and scored Rollmaster books, original Rollmaster. Good for you. All the blue-haired lefties look shell-shocked and more sickly than usual. Winning? Yes, indeed. Cow, my church.
$2. Cash.
That's right. right. Cal, my church today is cookies.
There you go. If that's what centers you, then that's what it is.
It's what centers Cal. All right. Let's go right into it, because I know a lot of folks were we're looking forward to this.
Before you start it, hey, I don't have to leave early tonight. Derek Mouse is not at work.
Good.
Why? Mrs. Mouse was sound asleep when I got home last Wednesday.
All right, so Prof DM interviewed Matt Mercer and Travis Willingham, I believe. And I think he did a great job. You know, I wouldn't expect anything less.
Did Critical Role choose Dungeons and Dragons over Daggerheart for Campaign 4? Were they paid by Wizards of the Coast? And just how scripted is Critical Role? This week, Matt Mercer and Travis Willingham of Critical Role sit down for a no-holds-barred interview where I ask them these questions and more.
We'll look. If not, Osiris, just type it again and just say this is my super chat for X amount, and we'll do it. I don't know. I didn't see it, but maybe it snuck through there. May have snuck through.
Yeah, please send it again. Don't send the money again. Just
don't send the money.
Send me
just,
again. I don't see one.
Just do a comment with the amount.
Yep.
Ooh, and Craig gifted 5.
That's awesome. I got something.
Give him something.
Strap in for Dungeon Craft.
Thank you very much, Craig. Much appreciated. Let's go.
Welcome to Dungeon Craft. I'm Professor DM, and this channel is about all things tabletop role-playing games.
And I'm Deathbringer. Like, subscribe, and sign up for the Deathbringer.
Look at Hastermind getting a little bonus gift. I hope you're enjoying that one, Mr. Hastermind.
RPG newsletter.
Today, my guests are Matt Mercer and Travis Willingham of Critical Role. Welcome, gentlemen.
Where's his
Hello,
blankie?
thank you so much for having us, buddy.
Thank you, Professor DM.
His shawl.
All right, so I'm going to get right to the big question that's on everybody's mind. We're not going to make anybody wait for it. But you recently made the decision to go with Dungeons and Dragons 2024 as the system for Critical Role Season 4. Did you receive any payment from Wizards of the Coast for choosing D&D? And why would you choose D&D and not Daggerheart?
See, I love like Professor Dungeon Master. He gets right to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like bury it, 10, 15 minutes in, just boom. The question everybody wants to know. Did you get paid off? Let's see what they have to say.
Amazing. Matt, do you want to take it?
I mean, I'll jump in. Absolutely not. We did not receive any payment.
I'm not believing him already. I'll tell you why. Travis didn't want to lie, and Matt Mercer went right for eye rub.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
All right.
That's
FBI.
I want to say I'm not an FBI interrogator. I'm a dasher. But man, oh man,
You're pretty observant, though.
Yeah, Travis ditched the question, and Matt Mercer did the common, thing that the profilers tell you.
I get Osiris is there. He's reposted.
Yep, here we go.
Sorry about that.
Thank
Osiris.
you so much. And, you could have listed your choice.
I have crossed oceans of time to be with you.
You so crazy. You could have just called.
You could just call. Osiris Zoran for 10. I enjoyed Double D and Patty's conversation on Sunday, although I had trouble with Rumble chat working. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. That's unfortunate. Rumble, I love, but man, they have a long way to go. And we'll talk about where YouTube might be coming back a little bit towards the light. So I'm not saying, dump Rumble. Please keep dual subscriptions if you can. Get a Rumble account. I especially enjoyed the firearms portion considering of the ICE attacks. So yeah, we'll talk about that too, Osiris, as well. Just a little bit here, but I want to bring things kind of back into the role-playing sphere and not be 100%, current events and political stuff.
We've never received any payment to play D&D.
Yeah, that was a kind of interesting, right? To the And I'll give you my theory after they're done.
Okay.
As to why they may be convincing themselves they're not lying.
Wizards.
Patrick Demo for 2, pressing X to doubt so fast
Yeah.
I busted the D-pad. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Good to see you, buddy.
For our show, we've done some, a couple of books with them, which has, been a collaboration there. I've done some consulting on a number of their books, and I've done a couple streams for them. And I think those are the only instances in which Wizards has paid us for anything. So
in other words, they overpaid for those items for you to do this.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
They paid me in gummy bears, which I have a very keen
make light of it, make jokes. Yep. Distract.
gourmet tongue for it. Listen, Matt, I had to cut you out of this one. All right. It's just me and my gummy bears.
We'll continue this offline, Travis. I'm very disappointed.
All right. To echo Matt, no, we have never received monies from anyone to play their system outside of specific one shots, and we of course have seen the discourse that is what you expect before such an anticipated thing like Campaign 4, which is great. That's what the internet is for people to speculate and do that sort of stuff. But we've also seen people saying that they've heard from secret sources or from email leaks. None of that's true. We have not talked to Wizards about it. It was something that was in the works far before the end of Campaign 3, and even before the launch of Daggerheart. It's something we've been working on for months and months and months and months and months. So it's something that's been a long time coming down the road, and we don't take money to play certain systems. We just do our thing.
Yeah. And as far as like the second part of the question, like there.
All right, so he's going to talk about Daggerheart in the second part. Let's clean up this from our old friend Jeff from Denkar for $2. $2 cash. Why do I think Matt got paid, but not Travis? Yeah.
And maybe Travis is a little bitter.
Yeah.
Matt, why don't you take this question?
Matt, why were you touching your eye when you answered that question? Patrick Demo for $2. Oh my God, do we got to do it back to back?
Sure,
Are we going back to back?
$2 cash.
Of course, we'll do that for you, my friend. You don't need cash to be bought, my guy. Yep.
Daggerheart just came out. It's still very much a baby in its space, and even we weren't, we were hoping it would do well, but you never know how these things go in the industry, and thankfully it's been received a lot better than even we could have hoped, to the point where we're still trying to keep up with demand, which is a good problem.
Why do you go so high?
What's
with the falsetto?
That's the guy that Marisha Ray comes home to every night.
Yep.
Badger for $2. Jerry, it's not a lie if you believe it. George Costanza. Good pull there. Cal for $2. Don't force Matt to shawl up. I like that term though, Cal. Shawl up, yo.
But we're changing so much with Campaign 4. Not everything, but like there's a lot of change happening with it, and there's a benefit to making sure that we don't change everything out of the gate while still letting Daggerheart kind of blossom at its beginning steps, if you will. And we're really excited about all the stuff we have coming up with Daggerheart. We're playing many games around it in the near future. I'm already plotting a lot of things to come. We have many announcements down the road, and it just kind of universally made sense for the early discussions, and we were preparing for this campaign, and the format shifts and everything that we wanted to set for in advance.
Do you remember WKRP in Cincinnati?
Oh yeah,
he looks like Andy Travis with the hair.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. The part in the middle is that is a real throwback to our high school years, is it not?
Yeah.
It made sense to play D&D, and
give him credit, he rocks it well.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, we were deeply committed to Daggerheart, whether it was well received or not. And I think for us, the focus for Daggerheart is to build a very strong foundation, right? It's been out it's in its first year. We want to continue to build towards the community with content, with the boys.
How big of a foundation, how bigger a foundation could you have given it than by using it as a springboard for your new campaign? I mean, that's what I just don't get. Something's not adding up here. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy nut, but I don't know. Just kind of seems weird. Edgelord for $5. Double D, invite them in for an interview, then sneak Garibay in to call them all shits.
Utter shits.
Didn't know this was a tag team. My boy Scotty.
Played with just rounding out the system, finding new ways to support it. So we're all in on Daggerheart from a publishing perspective and from a game design perspective. That's never changed. But why we went D&D 2024 over Daggerheart, that wasn't even the question. I think when we decided that was what we were going to do, when we were speaking with Brennan and doing all those other things, and it's also two separate considerations. I think it makes perfect sense for people that watch the various businesses to say like, oh, you're making the game, you should definitely play that on your show, and we will. There's lots of programming that's going to be committed to that, but also
just not ours. Yeah, we will play it. We're going to foist it off on all the little sub channels and B teams and C teams. They'll give it to those. I mean, we're talking like third and fourth string DMs. Those are going to be the ones that get Daggerheart. And as people have been saying in the chat and elsewhere, it really doesn't speak very highly of your confidence in this game. If this was a banger, like if it's a banger game that comes out and it's like, holy shit, like Shadow Dark came out, whether you like it or not, you can't deny like all the buzz and everybody's like, oh shit, you got to try this game. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I know. Everybody at the table, we're doing a little campaign with it.
Stern started last week. Was his first episode.
Yep.
I think that Mrs. D likes it.
Oh yeah.
I know Pew Pew likes it.
I'm liking running it. As I said in that video I did on it. But if it was a game like that, these guys would be, oh shit, we gotta strike while the iron's hot. And it's like, your game did sell well, but what are you seeing in the mechanics? Well, quite frankly, that I'm seeing too, but maybe your fans aren't. It's a shit game. Oh, Cyrus, 5 memberships.
That's awesome.
Give
Thank
him
you.
something. Anything.
They're schemers. Schemers trying to control their little worlds.
That's right.
So we're having a conversation where we're bringing in new cast, West Marches, various tables, Brennan Lee Mulligan, new DM, and so all of those things were something that was in motion long before that even happened. And who knows what the future will hold? We always keep all of the pieces available to us and on the table in front of us. But yeah, that's just a little bit of context out there, and maybe that'll help some people that are guessing.
Like if he was in an interrogation, like the investigators would be like, this guy's talking a lot. Like he's doing a lot of nervous talking.
Yep.
Tabletop Epics for 5. Lies. I paid that woman of the night $1.50 to play GURPS out behind the garage in pennies that I tossed in the dirt. Terrible role player, by the way. Thank you, Tabletop Epics. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €2. The liars are look up to create. The liars, they look up to create their fibs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a common thing. They kind of like stare off up and to the side is like the classic. And also like Crazy Mouse said, I've heard that too. The touching of the face is a reflexive, like I'm about to tell a lie. I'm not sure, what.
I'm not sure the science behind it.
The psychology or the science, but it's, that's exactly. So yeah, absolutely. Dark Knight. Yep.
With their red string on the conspiracy board.
And you also have to keep bringing it up,
here,
right?
ready to toss you.
Hey, not for nothing. The one guy doesn't have nail polish on, so no nail polish and no blankie tonight.
Interesting.
What's going on, Linus? I don't understand.
Come on now. Thought I edited this out. Turn this back. Okay.
Back now.
How much of a say did Brennan have with picking the system? And how much of that was a consideration?
I think it was a great consideration. Brennan has been playing this since he was, what age was it, Matt? 11, 13, 14, something like that?
Very young.
Very,
Younger than I
very
was
young.
when I started playing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
They act like, man, a 14-year-old playing D&D. That's like unheard of.
Hey, look who just showed up. Chomp,
Turkey.
chomp. Chomp, chomp.
It's like everybody that was like, if you weren't playing D&D by the time you were 14 back in the day, I mean, it's like playing like trying to be like a pro hockey player and picking it up, when you're, 10 or 11. Like, it's like, don't bother. You have to be like in skates by the time you're
born.
5. Yeah. Patrick Demo for 5.
Man, Patrick lighting it up tonight.
He is. Haven't seen this much talking out of the ass since the campfire scene from Blazing Saddles. What in the wide world of sports is going on here? Thank you very much, Patrick. And Ian for 10. You got something for him too?
I know. He's requesting something. I don't even know if we have a drop for that.
And utter shit. We don't have utter shits as a drop yet, Ian.
Dr. Harris. Yes? Do you concur?
Tell you what, give him a little maybe Shia. Give him some Shia too for the inconvenience.
Yeah. And
say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it.
That's right. Christ
damn
is Lord.
right.
Amen.
And Ian, I'm putting that on the request thing.
Yeah. I'll put it on. Yeah, for sure. Sometimes I don't like to overdo it because it's in the intro every week, but it could be a good drop too. It's got legs. Thank you very much, Ian. Where is Orion Akaba? Yeah, exactly. Why didn't so I tell you what, Crazy Mouse, story of my life. You know, Professor DM, obviously, you know, it's out there in public. Daniel DeFazio.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am thinking like, I'm double D. And then Professor DM is like,
he is double D.
He is double D. And it's like, God bless it.
Rats.
Always somebody.
Why isn't the F capitalized?
I don't know.
Anybody else know any famous DeFazios? I can think of one.
Laverne.
But Laverne.
And he's got 30 years playing this thing. It's reflexive to him. And when we were talking about it, you know, I asked just from a position of naivete. I was like, can D&D even support a West Marches multi-table style approach?
What? What is it? It's like asking, can McDonald's even do hamburgers?
Yeah. Okay, Budweiser, going to a bar. I remember when I was working at a bar, and I was a bar back. And bar backs, if you don't know, they're just there to support the bar staff. But I was allowed to wait on customers every once in a while, but that was not what I was there for. And I remember someone came up to me and was like, "Do you guys have Budweiser?" I said, "Did they card you at the door?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, you have good ID because there's no way you would walk into a bar and ask that question."
Yeah, that's a little much.
Playing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 30 years playing this thing. It's reflexive to him. And when we were talking about it, you know, I asked just from a position of naivete. I was like, can D&D even support
a
West Marches multi-table style approach?
Like, Travis, where do you think all this sprung from? All right, I understand you probably weren't around back in the day. I got you there, but I mean, it reminds me of the 40-year-old virgin when he was talking about grabbing a tit, and he's like, "Yeah, it feels like a bag of sand." You know, and everybody's just immediately like, "What the fuck? What are you talking about?" To answer your question, probably even D&D 2024 can handle maybe West Marches. I don't know, but he should have clarified that because that's kind of weird that he would say that.
And he was very confident, and that's something that we rely on, you know, as creatives, and as also as.
In other words, if he was he should have said, "Can the new editions of D&D handle it?" If he had said that, I'm like, oh, okay, I understand what he's saying here. He's just asking, has there been any change? But just, can D&D even handle it?
Just as producers of this show.
Yeah, he'd be like, if it was an 80s movie, he'd be the dumb jock, sort of, kind of. He'd be cast as that. Thank you, Badger. Yep, smart as a tennis ball.
You know, you want to support the creatives that you're putting in the position to really deliver the story, right? And for a system that is as reflexive as it is for him, something that's second nature, something that he can also help, you know, suggest routes of play or things to his players, and it also allows him to be free and improv and have that sort of movement. You know, that was a huge positive for us, and I think for him. And
we're not going to go too much longer. Actually, thank God, like I said, Professor DM, he's taking care of us. He front loaded everything, because then I think they do just kind of trail off into, you know, even more uninteresting stuff, if you can believe it.
Exploring this world of Ahriman.
We'll stop in a moment, but
yeah, I think it's easy to say, like, you know, from a outside perspective, it makes the most sense for the optimization of their business. So why wouldn't they play Daggerheart in this to, you know, to make that much more money. But
it's also, you're asking people to spend their money on your game. You're showing that you don't have confidence in it. So that's kind of like, you're kind of moving the goalpost there, creating like a straw man argument a little bit there, Maddie. Get that shawl on. Snake oil, Sean.
You have nice manners for a thief and a liar.
Let's go, buddy. Thank you so much, Sean. Good to see you here.
Yep.
The gang is all here.
The whole point of facilitating campaign 4 is what best facilitates the creative vision in this moment for everyone involved. And with all the moving pieces that were happening for Brennan's comfort in the moments that we were making these decisions before, all these.
He kind of slipped there. Brennan's comfort. In other words, Brennan Lee Mulligan said, I'm not going to run your game. He probably said it very nicely, but in his mind, he was probably like, I'm not going to play this fucking game.
Right.
A, I don't know it. And B, he probably knows it's inferior.
Maybe he's one that got paid.
Yeah. Well, I think they bring that up, actually. I think they pay him probably through D&D or Wizards. Tabletop Epics for $1.09. Can it be D&D? Is the new sous vide. Is that how you pronounce that? Can it sous vide? Tabletop Epics. My French is atrocious. That is French, right?
Recent months have
Thank you.
Shown a lot of wonderful and embracing of Daggerheart and such.
You have to understand, I'm a bit of a dummy, so some of these things go right over my head.
It was more or less just all decided this made the most sense given how we were building things and what he was most comfortable with. But to Travis's point, we'll see what the future holds.
And speaking of Brennan,
what was that shrug for? It's like Jordan when he hit that 5th 3.
Wow.
One of the other rumors is that WotC paid him a Brinks truck of money, but the truth is, you pay him, right?
We pay him. We pay him. Unless he's double dipping under the table, we need to get him in here because maybe he's the one with the gummy bears. No, we pay Brennan. We're able to work with him on this and really all of his previous stuff with EXU. It's a full collaboration, but it's just Critical Role that is paying Brennan, unless the gray aliens have suddenly made their way into the TTRPG scene and are infiltrating.
Don't scare me, Travis.
This work. Why not? You're always scaring me. I have to use whatever I can to even the score.
That's valid. I'll give that to you.
Daggerheart has a huge community on Reddit, and it's got a lot of enthusiasm.
It's like a Night at the Apollo. He keeps sending tomato emojis. That's the third one.
I hear you. I was up again. My downloader wasn't working, so I had to call these in a very awkward way. It was very laborious to get these videos, whereas normally I can just hit a button. So I would have edited this down a little bit to just the 3 parts, but sorry, you guys have to.
Edgelord, you made me chuckle. That's pretty tough to do.
Look, you can just watch their discomfort. That's entertaining, isn't it?
For designers and content.
Sorry, Craig Bragg for 5. To be fair, their choices were limited to WotC's shit game or their own shit game. Yeah, not much of a choice, just different flavors of shit.
Creators, what's your message for them? And how do you see the game scaling over the years?
Oh
boy. Andy Travis's freaking look there said it all.
Yeah. We had some midwit write it, and we have no idea what he did. It wasn't what we wanted at all. Basically, they wanted him to, hey, do our version of D&D. He put all this stupid shit, and they're probably thinking like, I can't run this. I cannot in good conscience run this in front of people. And now they're just kind of like, okay, I guess it's selling.
Great question.
Yeah. I mean, out of the gate, there's so much I want to tell you that I can't yet, but like we're constantly pushing forward in one, showing how much more can be built around this. How we can continue to open things to the community.
It's not rocket science. You have a game out, you bring out a setting, and then you start pumping out adventures.
Do you when they're doing a thing like this, is it like he's on camera on their computers?
Mm-hmm. It'd be like when we have a remote guest. That's all.
Do you notice that none of them look in his eye? Like they don't look at the. They can't make eye contact.
Yeah, I would give them a little grace there. It probably all just depends on where their camera is located.
Okay.
Yeah, that could just be a.
All right, because I'm uneducated in that. That's my ignorance on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you should do it to where you're sort of maybe just not looking directly into the camera. That's a little weird and awkward. But maybe just to the side of it. That's pretty much kind of what you want.
Community into third-party publishing. You know, we're learning a lot through this process too. You know, we've never published something on this scale, let alone, you know, with this sort of like massive community support. So, you know, there's been a lot of things that we're continuously learning from and adapting and internally discussing how excitedly we can continue to present those opportunities for people to make it their own. So yeah, it's really heartening to see what everyone's already running with. That was very much the hope with this. You know, a lot of the system was designed to be very easy to crack open and run with. And we're continuously building tools to help kind of guide the community and how to take that baton and really kind of just sprint as far as they want to. But we'll have
Double D is more Johnny Fever than this dork.
Definitely have some announcements coming up through the year that kind of lean into this question.
Dark Knight of Hibernia for €2. I can't say because we've got absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, it's like, that's everybody knows the timeline of these things. The game comes out and then the source books start coming out. And then, you know, of course, adventures. You should have had a couple of adventures. Like you should have had a campaign like right out of the gate, ready to go within like a month. Boom. You have like an initial adventure, a skinny adventure, and then boom, a big, fat, meaty campaign. But they're just winging it. These guys are half-assing it. Underleaf, and again, it's because that's Spencer Stark. God bless him, but he doesn't have the chops. He does not have the chops. The game is not that good. I like I said, it pains me to say, but like Matt Colville's game is just it's way better than Daggerheart. And it's like I'm sorry. You know, it pains me to give Matt Colville any sort of praise, and I'm not saying Draw Steel is great, but I'm just saying it's just way better than Daggerheart. Underleaf for 5. Do you guys ever plan to discuss your own session on stream or potentially live stream them? I've thought about that with my own core group. We did a series back in the day. Put that up there. There we go. I think that's the next one.
Yeah,
up there.
it is.
We did a series, and I think I put it as member-only access now. If you go way back, I believe they're actual videos.
It was a huge table.
Yeah, it was a while ago, a couple years ago, and there were technical limitations with microphones and all that stuff, and you know, it was a bit of a nightmare. Okay. But you would at least get to see kind of how we did our table. And honestly, it's nothing special. It's not going to be it wasn't as entertaining as Critical Role because it's just a group with your friends and family. And we just kind of did it. But it gives you a little bit of a bird's eye view of our table. And it was fun to do. I don't know if I'd want to do it again just because it was, it's a commitment. It really is.
2 of the players aren't even participating anymore.
Yeah.
But it was hard I know that on your end you had some technical issues, right? It was hard to do, and from our end it was just different because it took away sometimes some of the spontaneity of it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you know there's
sometimes
a camera
something
there,
would happen and we would do it, and then you'd been like, "Oh, the mic didn't catch that. Can you say it again?"
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah,
"Well, the
not very
moments-
often, but like that might have been entertaining. Let's at least salvage what we can out of this. you know?
It was hard. It was hard to do.
Yeah, but generally speaking, you're just going to get there's going to be a lot of pauses, and we're just some jokes in between, which honestly is probably the most entertaining stuff. However, I did just a couple months back the Firelock games, the whatchamacallit, I can't remember, their World War II one. I did a live stream of that with just a limited group of I think it was 3, And it was better because I could use the lapel mics. And that was actually nice because it was like a convention game. It was like had a beginning, middle, end, and boom, it was good. So I think that might be member only too. So honestly, if you want a good indication, you can track those down. The World War II one.
Double D, if you wanted to be a member on your channel, what's the minimum? Is it 99 cents or something?
There's a 99 cent tier.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's monthly, right?
Yep. Any support is appreciated, guys.
I mean, in all fairness, you could find $1 if you really looked.
Yeah. Yeah, $1 a month.
You could, you know, you can go hang out Aldi's and just take someone's buggy back 4 times. You get their quarter.
That's right.
Travis, if you have anything you wanted to add.
You got this one too, buddy.
I mean, I was just going to echo what you were going to say. We are, I think we are the most fascinating.
I'll do this and then we'll let it roll a little bit. I don't want people to get frustrated. Much as I want to keep the critter weirdos out of it, I wonder why Shadow Dark wasn't considered. Modular, rules light, plenty of room for story stuff. Yeah, it could have easily, they could have done it. Honestly, it probably would have suited them a lot better because there's a lot of leeway. I mean, it is, there is, I don't want to say there's almost no rules in Shadow Dark, but it's very, very rules light. And it's a rules light version of the game that they like anyway, so.
And enticed by the idea of other people playing Daggerheart besides just us, right? We want to see how other people play the game. What do they bring to it? What are the things they uncover in their DM style or in their character creation or as PCs? Obviously, it's been amazing having some of the creator conversations that we've had. We had announcements at Gen Con around Keith Baker, and obviously with Chris and Jeremy in the mix, it's unveiling a whole world of possibilities in terms of both in-house products, licensed products, and we really want to make the waters as welcoming as we can for people that are interested in making Daggerheart content. That's what's really important to it.
You just don't want to make any Daggerheart content yourselves. Edgelord for 5. We should do Critical Role style with Condor's rules. Oh boy, it would have to be on Rumble because I get vile while drinking. Edgelord, don't get vile. Don't get vile. Just get a little surly. That's as far as you should go. Never vile.
But as Matt said, we're doing a lot of this stuff, like most things at Critical Role, for the very first time. We do it in a very measured,
and
very,
Bloodworth,
Condor smart, like 5 more slow videos, way. And hopefully, we're creating products and ideating on things that make it as approachable and as attractive as possible for other creators. So we are always also taking in feedback and seeing what the reactions are and interested in what the community is talking about. So, I mean, we're as all in as it gets on Daggerheart, and we hope to just build on that.
All right, moving on. How scripted is Critical Role?
I love Professor Dungeon. These are the questions everybody asks.
And if it's entirely improvisational, why does the show have writers and what do they do?
Look at Travis is in uncomfortable, like, ooh, boy, you got me.
What do these writers do?
What do they do? I love my writers. They've given me some amazing lines, and I also
that's such a reflexive, like, do we really need all these?
Also fault them for all of my flubs and terrible improv choices. That's 10 years. The writer turnover is vicious.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I think I've said it in interviews before, but like every time I see that discourse, it is the greatest compliment I think, I could receive.
Yeah.
And I often wonder, I'm like, I don't take offense to it. If anything, I hope they find a better table, because like,
what does that mean? Find a better table.
Yeah.
Is that him flexing on people?
Most people don't remember the moments where things don't work out or when things kind of fall flat or when roles don't facilitate the story, but they only see the moments where things work out perfectly, which happens at every table. And when a good series of players are there, many people have moments as epic, if not more epic than what we have at ours. So at the very least, when people see what we're doing at our table, without the consideration that we're also professional performers who have lived in our imagination as actors for, decades for the majority of us.
And we haven't?
For centuries if you're Taliesin.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to try and put them on blast. yeah, like it's not scripted. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, no more than
And just to address it, we do have producers at the studio, and they do write copy for ad bits when they're helping Sam with.
How many writers do I have? 0, and I'm funny. And I'm funny, Trav. Exactly. I think you missed one up there.
I'm going to get it right now, but I want to throw the tomatoes up there.
Yeah. Yeah, Tabletop Epics. That's a good one. Yeah, from Office Space. What would you say you do here? DM the Bobs.
Chad, I'm trying to get him to turn it off with all these tomatoes.
All I can say is the numbers keep going up. You see that YouTube number?
Yeah.
It keeps climbing. So
they definitely help us with sponsorship copy. We have lots of advertising and
like, is this like Mad Men? Like all they're talking about is, they do copywriting. Like, what do you need from these writers of yours? I don't. That's something I don't understand.
I give you money, you give me ideas.
You never say thank you.
That's what the money is for.
sponsorship partners. So we're constantly.
That's what the Brinks truck of money from Wizards of the Coast is for.
Making sure that sounds not like a robot wrote it. There's a lot of copywriting that happens, but in world writing, we don't know anything.
So you pay full-time writers to write once a week copy for like ad reads. How many you guys that watch Critical Role, how many ad reads do these guys do during a given session? I mean, is it like 20? Okay. I mean, if it's like 20, then fine. But I mean, I would assume people would start bitching about that. But if it's like 2 ad reads, you got full-time writers to do copy for 2 ads. Wow. I mean, nowadays you could probably just have AI do it, guys.
The work is $10. The lie is extra. Remember when she said that to Roger?
Yes. The Badger, for fuck's sake. The game is the story. It's not the other way around, you pinhead. Well said. Well said, Badger. These guys are so boring. I tuned them out 10 minutes ago. All right, we'll go just another minute.
Thing about what Matt is going to do, unless Matt tells one of the producers in terms of like a map setup or where things could potentially go. But I don't even know if you do that. You're so weird about making 6 maps that sit in that locked closet that sometimes we go weeks without seeing any of them, and then they're gone, and we're like, we didn't see any of them. And that makes me crazy as the video gamer that likes to explore every edge of the map.
Yeah, well, that's part of the, I mean, kind of the tough swallowing that a DM has to do for a lot of games is to put a lot of effort into building some of these maps.
And maybe his thumb is painted, right? Didn't that look like a little bit? He took it off his fingertips, just his thumb.
The thumb.
You never saw the light of day, but like that also comes with the acceptance of a modular story. Believe me, it'd be so much easier if I had writers. I would have a lot more free time.
Dan, it's been the same for 12 years. He would show up to our home game with, do you still have the bag of holding bag that's like held together with duct tape and paper clips and stuff?
Yeah, it's in the other room.
He'd show up with this bag, and he would like almost like an architect. There would be these rolls of maps, like 10 different maps. And I was like, what is all that? And he's like, they're battle maps. They're potential encounters.
All right. I guess that's a sign of a good DM, having tons of battle maps. Speaking of mats, this is a good mat for 5. How you doing, Matty? These guys are so full of crap. Their answers feel scripted. Yeah.
Because for this session, he had planned 10 different things for us to potentially do, and we would see 2 of them, 3 of them, maybe 4. And it never changed, even with all of the amazing little toys that you have on the map building side. There is literally this armored oak. I don't know if it's oak. It's oak closet that has a door that locks with shelves like a baker's levels, and he can just pull something out and slide it out. And I've peeked in there before. Sometimes we don't see any of that stuff, but it was a fast thing. Okay, I'm the CEO. I can peek. There's no light in there. There's no You're not the DM anymore. You can't punish me.
Maybe not for this campaign, Travis.
Ooh. The banter, the witty banter between these guys.
Yep.
Somebody get a fire hose. It's too hot. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €2. Critical Role knows a lot about hard swallowing. Guys.
We have live shows.
Matt, you really. We were talking before the show. You really seem to enjoy making maps. Is that how you kind of conceptually start? Is that your starting point?
Not really. I mean, I have like ideas for general environments when I'm because I also have to build all.
What is it with like? I guess I never realized that, but I mean, are maps that important to this guy? I mean, why does he have why does he need 10 battle maps? I don't understand.
For terrain, maybe? I don't know.
I guess.
Maybe he doesn't have the trees or dwarven fort, I don't know.
What they do, I know they've showed it off before. But it's like, why wouldn't you just have a neutral, we have just a mat here. Or we have our own mat. It's a Chessex, battle mat. You just draw out. I mean, there have been times where I've used full terrain, for special occasions or just to mix things up. But God, I don't obsess over it. This guy's obsessed. Tabletop epics for $1.99. Theater kids, terminally dramatic and a little fruity. Yes, indeed. Hey, what's up, Brian? $10. Was watching from the beginning. Oh, wait, we owe him some.
Bitter dregs.
Yes, indeed. Was watching from the beginning. And what do I see? You betrayed me, Crazy Mouse. Now I will drink the bitterest of dregs as I wrap my car around a telephone pole.
Please don't do that.
Please don't. Please don't. I will be rolling dice with Mr. Ryan in just
next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. Yep. Theater kids love MAPS, different kind of map. Boss Bully Boy, I get you there though. Do you understand what that means, Crazy Mouse?
I don't.
MAPS is short for minor attracted persons.
Oh, okay.
The stat blocks, outside, if I'm not pulling things that
something you wouldn't know if you weren't online, like all of us retards are.
Exist in the game. I'm building all the stat blocks for creatures that are unique to the encounter or story related and stuff like that. And it's usually when I start considering what possible encounters might happen in my DM prep that I start conceptualizing where that could happen in an environment. But for me, I'll have a few bullet points in my notes that I'll take with me to my map room. I usually arrive.
He has a map room.
Well, Mariska has a bikini room, so
yeah. It's the garage where she can wash the Batmobile.
A couple hours before we start filming, or at least before the rest of the cast arrive. And then I just lock myself in my map room. I have a bunch of different sizes of, 2 foot by 2 foot or 3 foot by 2 foot, these little boards that I build the maps on so I can bring them around the studio and
This is weird. This is one of those things boy, you're sharing a little too much information here. He's got a small map room that's surrounded. He just surrounds himself with maps.
I knew a guy that was really into the bus schedule. He used to write down what time the buses went by his house.
Like Rain Man?
That
kind of
type. Yeah, that type of thing. That bus is late today. It's usually here at 9:37 a.m.
See, that's tism. That's a little bit of the tism. I can understand that. This just sounds like he's just being a weird.
Eccentric on purpose.
Yeah. Yes. That's a perfect way to put it. Eccentric on purpose. Hello, I'm Matt. I'm in the Society of Creative Anachronism. Hello. Here's my maps. Dark Knight of Hibernia, €10.
I got something for him.
Yeah.
I love knowledge. Hey, Double D!
That's right. Hey, Double D. In the Rainbow Crowd, there's a lot of maps, and Matt has met them, at the casting couch.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. But to be very serious, why does Matt need with terrain? What does Matt need with terrain since it doesn't matter? May I get the thunder? He wants the thunder. He wants
call down the thunder. Well, now you got it.
There you go. You get double your fun there, Dark Knight. Yeah. Like I said, you shouldn't. Here's the DM mindset, okay? If you put a lot of work into a map, subconsciously you're going to try to get that map on the table, which means you are going to try to lead the players into something that they might not be asking for. And is that a little underhanded of you as a DM? It is. That's why you shouldn't be planning out. The only time you should be planning out like battles or something like that is if you end one week right before. Like, you know, it's going to happen. Like, literally, like, swords are drawn. And then you're
pick
like,
it up here next week.
Yeah, like, hey, it's getting late. We can't finish this. Let's pick it up. And then as a DM, it's a special occasion because you're like, oh, you know what? I can dress this shit up, you know, and really make it pop 3D, you know, get out the Dwarven Forge. That's fine. And look, if you're willing to pay the price, which is just time to set it up, you can do it on the spot too. Like, all my Dwarven Forge stuff is right over there. I can do a little setup, but it's, you know, it's going to take 15, 20 minutes, you know. And usually they don't mind that, you know, the players will just go upstairs for a little bit and
Stop the
talk.
presses. What's this?
It would be more sus if he has a map hard drive.
Mama's wrong again. No kind of saying it's you're wrong.
It's like $1,000.
It's like 1,000 clips. Thank you for those 1,000 clips, Mad Relic. Tabletop Epics, $4.99. Only a matter of time until Mercer gets caught on camera trying to
oh boy,
meet a 12-year-old boy in the garden section of his local Walmart. Thank you, Tabletop Epics.
It's like I don't know Matt Mercer from A Can of Corn personally.
Nor do I.
He looks like he waxes his face. His face looks so smooth and hair free.
He definitely does a lot of grooming,
moisturizing and stuff.
Yeah, which there may be a time in your life when you do that kind of stuff, but he's got to be in his 40s, right?
Hey, maybe Mariska loves it.
Are you kidding me? She loves cutting his nuts off and making him like a little girly boy. Yes. Oh, Lord Mattias 10.
You got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me and he's not even going to try.
Not even going to try.
Don't even bother.
Don't bother. Lord Mattias, thank you, buddy. Exactly, Double D. The show is scripted. Maybe not line for line, but they know what's coming. That way the rest of them have time to think about their stupid one-liners. I think it's more, Matt, and thank you very much, Matt. I do appreciate it. I think it's more between players. Like, I think they're setting up scenes between players and like the group from what I've seen. I don't watch the show a ton, so I could be wrong here. So I'm maybe Matt Mercer's not saying like, hey guys, guess what? You're going to be doing this. You know, maybe they sort of already know, guys, there's a good chance we're going to be doing this tonight. And when we do, you know what would be good is if me and you kind of played off each other, you know, that thing that happened to us in our history, like, hey, we could just, you know, and they are actors. I call it kind of like soft scripting. That's kind of what I think is going on.
It's kind of like in wrestling when they talk about it behind the scenes.
Yeah. Or like in the ring too, the way they used to, you know, like they would give each other, you know, like, okay, I'm going to do this now. That's why they weren't keen on having microphones too close to the ring. But yeah, they're dancing with each other right from the start. In some of these, it seems waxes his
when I
face.
come ready to pull them, and I'll just build. I'll use my bullet points and ideas from when I was prepping for the session, and then I'll start. I build like jazz, if that makes sense. Like, I have a concept, and then I'll just start assembling things, and then I'll look at what I have so far, and then I'll move a few things, and if something doesn't work, I'll replace it with something else until it starts kind of taking shape. It's very much like kind of carving away at a block of marble, except it's all like...
Was it jazz or marble?
Yeah,
Don't mix your metaphors
or a block
here.
ice. What are you working
What is
with?
it? What are we doing?
You know, plastic train I got from a Michael's Art Mart. And then eventually, like, once the groove hits, it's like, what can I add to visually make it pop? What cool things can I add to the environment that the players will inevitably ignore and just hit anyway? No, that's not true. You guys do some
mostly true.
You guys do some fun stuff in the environment, but yeah, like I have a concept, and then I just kind of let it come to life as I start throwing things on the board.
All right, we'll stop it there. Bark, chat and panel. I know some theater kids who dislike Shadow Dark only because they perceive it to be laughably OSR. To them, it's just bad. Yeah, I mean, look, it's if you don't like it on its merits, that's fine. it may not be for everyone. I'm just saying it's a very rules light game. So if you have an experienced group, kind of like we have, the rules don't really get in the way. So it works fine. I'm enjoying it. I know the group is too. Spin Gypsy for 5. Speaking of maps, I have assigned, number 1, Kunz El Raza Key CD. Needs an old Explorer browser to open. I paid $500 in auction. Might be a relic beyond saving. Oh, no. No. We got to try to save that one, my friend. Thank you very much, Spin, too. Mercurius, a membership. Thank you.
Thank you.
Steady Eddie, give him something.
I got him.
He always gets something. That's right. LJ Costanzo. Costanzo for 5. I walk in late, but I find a spicy room. Hey, all, that's right. Damn right it's spicy. I found this. I don't know if this person, I'm not going to say the name, but somebody sent this to me. We often chat off to the side. So what did Jeremy Crawford mean by this? Half-orcs usually have names appropriate to the culture in which they were raised. A half-orc who wants to fit in among humans might trade an orc name for a human name. Some half-orcs with human names decide to adopt a guttural name because they think it makes them more intimidating. Do you see that female?
I got it.
You see the female orc name there? What's up, my nigga? Hello, my nigga. I don't know where this comes from. I don't even know if this is real. I thought it was kind of funny, though. I'm sure there was
D&D circle jerk. It's an upside down dude giving the finger.
Yeah, must be. Of course, it's on Reddit. The cesspool of humanity. It's funny, though.
When I was younger, one of my best friends was African American. His name was Otis. And I used to hang out with him and his family and his gang and stuff like that, his crew. And his nickname was Pogo growing up. Mm-hmm. And then I met some of his friends, and her name, I don't know her real name, but she went by Peaches. And then there was somebody else, and she went by Putty. And I'm thinking, and I did not mean anything by it. And I just said, are they all like your black names? I had no clue. And, I was just like that naive white guy in this group, and no one took it as like super offensive. I just was like,
well, this is in the 80s. Right?
I was meeting everybody, and I'm like, so I'm learning your Christian name and your nickname.
Your jive name, as it were.
Excuse me, stewardess.
Excuse me, stewardess. I speak jive. All right, I'm going to need control here for a moment. I'll grab this one on the way in. Tabletop Epics for $1.09. Somebody give that orc chick a hard R. Please do not. Thank you very little. Thank you, Tabletop Epics. Let us little bit more news here. This is the D&D Heroes of the Borderlands First Impressions. Here's the starter set. Oh boy.
Who's that dude with tits?
You talking at the right there, the big one?
Yeah. And that's a guy, right? With boobs?
I don't know. And I think it's on purpose. Is it a manly woman or a womanly man? I don't know. I'm so sick of it though. And then look at the 2 cards there, Malin and Cornflower. These are the ones that they're putting front and center, not someone heroic. Is it even the dwarf is a chick up there? I mean, my God.
Yeah.
So there's 3 chicks and one
we're not sure of.
One creature. Yeah. So my first impression is it sucks. I can't believe they're actually soiling the memory of Keep on the Borderlands.
Longshot says that's no Sydney Sweeney.
No, it is not.
The Edgelord for $2 is that male half orc named Newport.
Thank you, Edgelord. Yeah, here it's just the taking. I'm not going to read all this. Too long. Taking inspiration from board games. Interesting, no? Having played through all the previous starter sets, Heroes of the Borderlands feels more like an experience than Dragons of Stormwreck Isle or the Essentials kit. Packaging alone makes the set feel more like a board game. complete with plastic tray, etc. A few extra plastic baggies. Gone are perforated cards. Okay. I guess that's the feel they want. Likewise, much heralded character boards feel very similar to an adventurer board game player board. I mean, makes sense on how big board games are these days. The player boards are probably the biggest innovation. And these are what they're talking about here. I mean, it's just a character sheet written on cardboard. God, this is what I mean. Like, I can't cover gaming stuff like all the time. I hope you guys understand that, like, especially in these live streams. Like, I mean, how can I look myself in the mirror and be like, all right, I'm going to try to jazz up the fact that instead of using paper, they're using cardboard to use these fucking, character sheets. Let's go into a real in-depth discussion on how that's good or bad. It's like, okay, fine. It is. It is what it is. It's just meant to be glossy and sell you something. But fuck, man. I mean, this is the shit we're talking about right now. This is definitely a lull. There's definitely a lull in gaming news. Here we go. A true sandbox. It's a re-implementation of the Keep on the Borderlands sandbox style adventure that accompanied copies of the D&D Basics set. Talking about how it was the introductory adventure. It was our, anybody of our generation. It was our entry point. It was the doorstep into D&D.
Spin Gypsy for 5. No imagination left at Wotsy.
Mm-hmm.
Just a cheap flyer for sale.
Yeah, cheap filler. Yeah, cheap filler for sale. Yeah, it is true. Yeah, it's just fill it with just a bunch of glossy stuff. Make it look like a board game, so it'll dazzle you with the fact that there's just not much here. It's a reboot. I mean, if it was a movie, if it was a TV show, this is just a reboot. And like every reboot, it sucks. For this re-implementation, Heroes provides 3 distinct areas to explore. Your quintessential settlement is the Keep. Filled with small quests and friendly NPCs, the Keep is a bustling place, but very static. Oh no. You mean the DM might actually have to do some work and fill it with his own ideas? Holy shit. Unbelievable. Players will find NPCs in need of aid, but no deeper plot hooks other than a couple of teases of a dastardly cult hiding out somewhere beyond the Keep's walls. Yes, you're supposed to put in your own things. Oh,
we got a bunch there for you.
Titties and beer, all made in China. Yep, for $4. Thank you. Board game culture squatted all over all of gaming, says Tabletop Epics for $1.99. It did. My wife tells me some of the things that they're making board games about now, and I'm like, okay, board games have jumped the shark. I mean, some of these things were hilarious. I wish I would have written down the one that she told me last week. I'll have it ready next week. But yeah, fuck. Mercurius AI slop for 2. Yeah. Yep, a lot of it is, but honestly, it's probably better than what their talent, quote unquote, talent there could produce.
A one-shot board game for a convention could be Gilligan's Island. Of how you get off the island.
Ooh, I like that. Do a role-playing game.
Yeah,
get 7 people there. Was there 7?
Yep.
Yeah, 7. Craig Bragg. They obviously learned nothing from 4E. That was board gamey too, and it was not well liked. Yeah, different time, Craig. Though. I don't know. We'll see how it sells.
Double D, I have some breaking news.
Yes.
The Howlers tied it up.
Yes.
It's the top of the 5th inning with 2 out, 2-2.
Yep. Crazy Mouse is keeping me.
For those that are just joining us a little bit later, our local baseball team is going for a 3-peat for the championship.
And instead of being there, I am with you. I told Mrs. D, get me with my boys. I got to be with my boys.
They're schemers.
I was trying to do Terry Bradshaw there, but I ended up coming out more like the Joker. Yeah. All right. So we'll continue. I'll grab spins there in a moment. Crazy Mouse. Worry not. Let's see. The wilderness is filled with low-level dangers such as brigands, hobgoblins, sturges, but little in the way of true adventure. Okay. Again, like with any huge map, you're kind of supposed to like think of things yourself. Have a little list of mini encounters that you make up. Finally, there's Caves of Chaos, of course, series of caves filled with escalating threats. All the previous sets had plenty of plot hooks, storylines for players to follow. Heroes does not. Outside of some loosely stringed together tie-ins for the cult, there's no storylines. There we go. Storylines to discover or plots to uncover. Instead, the focus is on how these encounters can be used to teach players how to play, either through the use of skill checks or via simple encounters. Well, that's what the original was meant for too, but it didn't stop a whole generation of players from using it as the wellspring of their entire campaign. Sandbox-style campaigns are popular. They're almost always a bit more filled with intrigue and secrets than this one. The fact that it's sandbox, I don't think that means what they think it means. I think sandbox is like multiple groups. I think that's kind of inherent in the description. I think you're just talking about a hex crawl. You know, I think he says sandbox here, and I think he means hex crawl. In Borderlands, the only reward for completing a quest is gold and perhaps a magic item instead of advancing a storyline. You get gold to advance your own storyline, to follow your own leads. You know, if the DM's, halfway decent, he's thrown things out there, people they can follow up with, places they can go that sound a little bit exotic. I don't know. I guess the state of gaming right now. Again, this follows the Borderlands lead, but I genuinely wonder whether a pure sandbox experience devoid of any storyline is representative of D&D in 2012. Well, it's certainly not. Certainly not emblematic of that.
Hold on, before you get to that, Eric Altman says his 16-year-old's playing his first game tonight with his friends.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hope it goes well.
Yeah.
Hope it goes well, Eric.
There's one from Spin.
Got to follow up. WotC is currently where TSR was in the mid-90s. Yeah, just pumping out garbage merchandise. This is probably a good omen for D&D. It might be moving on to better pastures. Yeah, but the thing that's different is they got a big, huge corporation that can just, quite frankly, afford to lose some money and just like, well, we'll either bury it, we'll put it on the shelf for a while and bring it back in a few years, and then everybody will get the nostalgia, member berries. That's that might be the difference.
Hey, my Gilligan game is taken off. 3-hour session. Someone's mentioned it with cannibals, some with zombies.
Mac Thompson for 5. Step 1, destroy all traditional RPGs. Step 2, distribute state-approved board games. Yes, indeed.
Overkill. If we can make your shift go better, that's what we're here for.
That's right. Calvin Ball board game is next. Wow, that's a blast from the past, Cal.
We got one right here.
Mike Necrofent. Like that name. Rolls off the tongue. $4.99. I think the Essentials kit was the best thing WotC did for $5. I've heard good things about it. It's a hex sandbox for $20. Nearest thing they've done to the OSR. Underrated, in my opinion. Yeah, kind of funny how they're all trying to... The OSR is just a bunch of old, angry gamers, yet all we hear nowadays is, hey, sandbox, it's sandbox, it's sandbox, it's sandbox. Oh, boy, it's a hex crawl, blah, blah, blah.
Before you read that one, they don't know what sandbox means.
Yeah, exactly, Bloodworth. I think there he was referring to just a plain old like hex crawl. Am I wrong there, fellas? Ryan for 2. Just feed me more content, Double D. No thought. Content. Yes, right. Consume.
Someone mentioned earlier Bros Before Baseball. I cannot find it, but it was in there.
I believe it.
Oh, there it is. The Van.
Yeah. Bros Before Baseball. Yes. That's how much I love you. That I would give unto you the joy of seeing my team win. But you know what? My team, they should have won last night, except they had one bad inning.
That's so frustrating.
Walked the bases loaded, walked a run in.
Just frustrating.
Then they made a game of it. It was exciting, but fuck. All right. Well, I was kind of hoping it just got rained out today. It was raining all day, and I'm like,
it poured today.
I'm like, this is God smiling on me. It'll get rained out. I'll be able to go tomorrow. Maybe I can drag a Crazy Mouse with me.
They had no. If it would have lightninged, it would have been canceled.
Yeah.
It just poured with no lightning today.
Yeah. Miss Old Pizza Hut, hey, 7-year veteran here, my friend. I manned the hut. I made the pizzas that you loved back in the day. And I served them to you too when I found out there's a little more money out there. We called it the front of the house. But boy, you work like a cheap whore at Pizza Hut, man, for those tips. Like you got a ton of tables, so it was all volume, but you were getting like $2 and $3 tips.
I always think that when you, like how you just said, the cocktail waitresses at casinos, every drink you deliver, you're getting like $1. I'd be fucking running around that place with my Air Force Ones.
Oh, God.
I would be just on roller skates if I would be allowed to. There's just every drink is $1 you're getting.
Get that money made. I got
Tabletop money for $1.99. You just round up so I can give you one.
Yeah, that's all right. My new RPG titled Sandbox coming 2026. Send it here first.
It's like when that guy on Princess Bride. I'm not sure it means what you think that means.
What do you think it means? All right, let's tell you what. We'll do before we get to the more traditional news stuff. We'll do a horror story.
DM takes away my paladin's powers because I stopped an assault. I
didn't play this, guys, did I?
I don't know yet if it's this one, but you did do this guy twice before.
Play with friends, but we all moved all across the country after graduating, and I still wanted to play D&D in person, so I joined a local group. Campaign was on the dark and gritty side of things, but was mostly pretty fun at first. Unfortunately, it didn't last. I was playing an Oath of Devotion paladin, fairly straight-laced, very much a traditional lawful good type character. The party had just arrived in a border town and was waiting for a courier when my paladin sees a thug dragging a young elf girl into an alleyway. Obviously, I decided to follow him. The DM proceeds to describe the thug forcing the girl against the wall and tearing at her clothes. I've heard enough and decide to attack. One smite later and the thug is dead. The DM turns to me and says smugly that my paladin instantly feels his power dissipate, leaving him a level 4 fighter. The party was level 8 at this point.
Paladin loses his power, or her power, I don't know who it is, for stopping a grape. All right, we'll get to the second half after our buddy James. 10 memberships. Holy smokeroo!
We're out of here!
James, I didn't forget, I'm working on the True Detective Season 1, but like I said, there was something going on with my downloader that I use, and it was not working well today, so I will pick it up next week. Thank you so much, buddy. Good to see you here. Thank you. Didn't see Hungar, but tell Hungar I said hello if he is
out and about.
Out and about.
Justification was that the country we had just entered was really racist towards elves, so they had no legal rights at all. So the assault wasn't committing any crimes. So my paladin had just murdered a guy and was thus no longer lawful. I protest that A, lawful good doesn't mean blindly following laws, and B, that's not how paladin oaths work anyway. But the DM wouldn't budge, so I decided just to leave that table. Unfortunately, in that situation, that's probably all you can do, as this person is an absolute psycho. Yes, I don't know how not like that makes absolutely no sense. A paladin's sense of good wouldn't align naturally with every single, like, it doesn't shift with every single culture that they fall into. And
so what do you think, Crazy Mouse?
About
DM is DM rules that this place is incredibly racist towards elves, and they're allowed to be they're allowed to be graped.
I don't
and
know.
I
don't know if I agree with that.
You killing the grapist is actually going to put you in jail.
Yeah,
sounds a little.
We run with an elf now.
That's right.
In our game,
first time in a while, Mrs. D.
She's a normal elf. We used to have a purple one, like Grimace. That always would make Rogan crack up.
He just had purple hair, I guess.
He had purple eyes.
Purple eyes, purple hair. I don't know.
Purple fingernail. He was a freak.
Purple
freak.
Purple fingernails. He wore a shawl too.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I would say if that story is true, the DM is a little dumb in that regard. Okay. So we had a bit of news today. First, Gavin Newsom was on Stephen Colbert last night.
I thought that show got canceled. I'm so confused.
Next
What
year.
shows are canceled?
It's canceled. They're just not going to renew it, so it's going to go into the spring.
That's
next
how
year.
Jimmy Kimmel is. Like, I guess he's back
Yeah.
on air in certain markets. Our city's not carrying him. It depends on who owns your.
Yeah, next star or Sinclair, and they're
And
like,
then
fuck it.
His contract's up in May anyway, so who knows if it'll get renewed? I don't know.
They probably won't. It's a lot of money, and like he's burned a lot of bridges. So fuck him.
A lot of people in the chat are reminiscent about the mall.
Oh, I love the mall.
Oh man,
I love the pits. Our mall had pits in it where you could smoke, and that's where the payphones were.
I just like, the idea of going to the mall. It was just fun to go there with your friends.
Yep.
God, when
Different
you were
time.
that age, like you'd want to get a job there because just there's so many members of the opposite sex walking around there like nonstop.
We had to just EFAP like a Len Enders video for all of us 80s heads.
Yeah.
Len Enders is the guy, if you don't know, he's the guy that video recorded everything from the 80s. Like he carried around like a huge camera. But thank God he did, because it's like if you grew up, he's around me and Crazy Mouse's age. Like you recognize everything. It was over on the West Coast, and we could still recognize everything. Like we're completely different part of the country.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High started it off in the mall,
Yeah. Titties and beer. Yeah, that story sounds like England 2025. Yeah, where the person trying to break up the let's just say the assault is the one put in jail. Yeah, time is indeed a flat circle, my friend. Thank you, James. Yep. All right, so here's Governor Newsom on Colbert talking about ICE.
That's happening in the United States of America. Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process, no oversight, zero accountability, happening in the United States of America today. People ask, well, is authoritarianism, you're being hyperbolic? Bull, we're being hyperbolic. If you're a black and brown community, it's here in this country. And so I'm deeply proud that I had the privilege of signing the nation's first bill to address the issue of masking. Also to require you have simple identification, to your point. I mean, if some guy jumped out of an unmarked car in a van with a mask on, tried to grab me, I mean, by definition, you're going to push back. And so these are not just authoritarian tendencies. These are authoritarian actions.
So what does that mean? Pushback against these quote unquote masked agents. Geez, I wonder why they're masked. Could it be because your side has been calling for violence against them, who's been throwing bricks at their cars as they drive by?
By an authoritarian
the other thing that's
government.
popular is to freeze your water bottle. You're allowed to bring water bottles in places
Yes.
now. You freeze them, and now, hey,
yeah.
it's just my water, and they're like 1 pound bricks.
Oh yeah, that's an old Antifa trick. Yep, for sure.
You saw what Stephen Miller said last week. This should put chills up fine. Called the Democratic Party an extremist organization.
You are.
Basically a terrorist organization.
You are.
Saying he's going after his enemies. You saw the tweet that Donald Trump sent out, True Social, basically telling Pam Bondi, I want these 3 people taken out. That's happening in the United States.
He almost said shoot, but it's he almost said shoot, but it's California, says Ryan. Yeah. All right. So what is he talking? So what happened today? That was, I think, actually just last night, or I think just last night or Monday. Kash Patel, just before 7 a.m. This is today. An individual fired multiple rounds at a Dallas ICE facility, killing one. I think that's up to 2 now. Wounding several others before taking his own life. Everybody's on scene. Investigation's ongoing. Initial review of the evidence shows an ideological motive behind the attack. See photo below. One of the unspent shell casings recovered was engraved with the phrase anti-ICE. There you go.
Is that engraved or just written? You know?
Yeah, looks written, but I don't know. Maybe there is some engraving there. I don't know. Hard to tell. I don't know if that's like water on the lens or something.
It looks like it. It looks like just water spots.
Yep. So what did this guy do? The shooter opened fire into a van belonging to another federal agency, not an immigration and customs enforcement van, that was bringing detainees into the Dallas ICE facility, according to a law enforcement official briefed on the case. Those vans are typically not marked. This moron killed 2 illegals and I think wounded another and did not hurt any ICE agent. He just fired randomly into a van. Gee, what kind of a person would do that? Well, Joshua John. Notice the commie avatar. Drink it in. I can tell you right now, I would bet my life on it. I would bet my family's life on it. I'd bet my granddaughter's life on it. That's how sure I am. Another Reddit kid. Boy, how do I know that? Gee, does that look like a Reddit kid to you? Fuck yes. Spending a lot of time on Reddit politics. Soft little fag. There you go. Congratulations, idiot. You killed 2 illegals. And the funny thing is, because it's embarrassing, the Democrats won't say a word about it. They're just hoping this goes away. All this fake love they have for illegals, they just use them just like they always use black people for votes. That's all these people are. They're just props for votes. So instead of just being horrified that one of their own killed two illegals, they're not going to say anything. In fact, they're already trying to say like, oh no, there's fishy stuff. Why would he just fire and kill illegals? That sounds a little fishy to me. Well, he's an imbecile. He was raised on Reddit. So he just probably saw a van there and said, gee, it's pulling up to the ICE facility. It must have only ICE agents inside. Because I'm a fucking retard who spends 12 hours a day on Reddit. That's why. Craig for 5 Canadian. It's demons like Newsom that are making me turn to religion after 40 years of atheism. Oh, you were atheist. You weren't just lapsed. You were atheist. Holy shit, Craig. Congratulations, brother. If I become a religious zealot, blame Newsom. Yeah, you don't have to be a zealot. You can just, you want to embrace the good aspects. You want a little bit of that fire in you. Trust me. But you don't want to go all fire and brimstone all the time. But man, congratulations on your journey.
Can you update us next week?
Yeah. See if you found anywhere. Almighty for 10. You got something?
I do.
Like, you've got ogres.
I'm going to do something special. Give him 2 and give him, because we've got a religious fervor going. Let's do the religious one again.
Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it.
That's right. Christ is Lord. Almighty 377. That DM had a personal fetish or wanted to rid the paladin away from playing a paladin class. It's awesome. Yeah, maybe. Personal fetish. Yeah. Perhaps. You never know with these stories whether, what's going on with the interpersonal dynamics, and the DM was just tired of this paladin, doing paladin stuff.
What does this mean? This is the second time I've seen this.
SKS, that's a gun. That's just the caliber, the 7.62.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so where else could this kid have been brainwashed? Well, this is his mother. Good old Sharon John. Obviously in Texas. It tracks Governor Abbott, Senator Cornyn, and Senator Cruz. How does it make you feel that your action to open up gun laws is responsible for the killing of 21 more people? This 2022, this must have been that Uvalde, maybe. Do you secretly sit in front of a TV and smile, a demented smile? You must be proud of all the money that sits in your bank account from the gun lobby. Was it worth it, Governor Abbott? How about you, senators? When you prioritize money over people, this is what you get. Well, can we ask you the same thing, Mom? What are you doing now that your son killed 2 illegals? Are you smiling? Did you give him the gun? Did you help make this monster?
And the shooter shot himself, right?
Yes.
So now she doesn't have a son.
Yeah. Yeah. So congratulations. And it's like, I don't want to dump on a mom who just, obviously when this stuff happens, it's awkward. A lot of times like with Charlie Kirk's killer, obviously the parents didn't, that's not the way they brought their kid up. And they brought him up to be the opposite. And sometimes, look, it happens. And in those cases, I do feel for the parents, and I still do feel, in a, obviously in a Christian way, for a mother losing her son. But in the same respect, will this woman have the self-awareness to look back and be like, my God, what kind of a monster did I make? I filled this kid up with nothing but garbage, for however long, or 29 years or however old he was. Probably like patted him on the ass when he was telling me like, yeah, Mom, I spent all day on Reddit. It's great. They think just like we do. Well, congrats. I mean, I know you were trying to shoot for agents, but this is what evil does to you. It's the unintended consequences of your evil. We call this a big oof in Roblox terms, says Ryan. Rosie's fork made her fat, the badger. Yeah. So obviously a tragedy. And it's like, it's funny because you'll see more heartfelt sincerity from the right about these illegal detainees. And look, they're here illegally. They got to go back. That's not saying if they come in and the front door and come in the right way, they're not going to be welcome back. Look, that's theoretically how it's supposed to work. And it's awful that they lost their lives. But the problem is with folks like Newsom and all these other, like AOC, all members of the squad, Jasmine Crockett, just drumming up violence against ICE. So they missed the ICE agents this time. Are they going to miss next time? The Democrat Party is becoming pure evil. The thing that he was lamenting, Governor Newsom, is exactly true. All these people are true, and I'm so glad people are finally seeing it. That Charlie Kirk thing was just an eye-opening thing. This is not going to help, by the way, that a week after, one of your own, again, is trying to kill people just doing their jobs and ends up just killing the people that they supposedly champion. Oh, well. Like I said, take care of yourselves out there. Don't, as I was telling Patty on Sunday, hope you guys saw that stream on Patty's channel. Don't go looking for trouble, but like I said, if you got a CCP, carry, judiciously. Nothing wrong with it. Because it's getting crazy out there, as the Joker said. Some good news from Rep. Jim Jordan. Due to the oversight efforts, Google commits to offer all creators previously kicked off YouTube due to political speech violations to return to the platform. But that's not all. YouTube admits that the Biden administration's censorship pressure was unacceptable and wrong. Think about that. All the stuff they accuse us of, they do themselves. The Biden administration put a ton of pressure, and I don't think Google, to be fair, I don't think they pushed back very hard because they were simpatico with the Biden administration. But they do admit that, the Biden administration was telling them, better go along with it or else. Biden administration wanted Americans censored for speech that did not violate YouTube's policies. This is why people were getting yeeted off of YouTube for criticizing Fauci, for saying that masks don't work, that the vaccine was worthless. You couldn't even say, my God, they released this vaccine a month ago and people that got it are already getting COVID. That got you shit canned off of YouTube. Details when YouTube began rolling back its censorship policies on political speech after the judiciary GOP began its investigation. States that public debate should never come at the expense of relying on authorities. Is this your come to Jesus moment, Google? I hope so. And we will obviously reward you for doing the right thing. I mean, I know a lot of people, it's too late. Google's been okay to me. They haven't, so far, they haven't really done anything, to this channel. I love this. They promise never to use third-party fact checker. Well, like what? Snopes, which is the biggest joke in the world. A bunch of leftists, a bunch of weirdo leftists, warns that Europe's censorship laws target American companies and threaten American speech. They do. Tabletop epics for $1.99. Watch out for those Keith Olbermann types. Boy, he is having a complete meltdown. He, who did he threaten to kill? Oh, Scott Jennings from CNN. And then he knew it was serious because he immediately deleted and said, hey, I didn't really mean that. For Keith Olbermann to do that, he realized he went too far. Keith Olbermann, I think we're going to see one day go absolutely insane and jump out his, 50th floor, balcony overlooking Central Park. He has become a lunatic. And I don't say that lightly, like, oh, that guy's crazy. No, I mean, like, he is like unhinged. Like every day it's just like tweet storms and like, it's like so targeted. Like he goes after people like Sage Steele, who used to work with him. And Sage Steele's like, my God, this guy is
What does
like
she do?
nuts.
She likes to talk about basketball.
She does. She's conservative. She's come out and she's being a little bit more vocal. And I love, folks like her and like Michelle Tafoya who aren't afraid anymore to say like, look, guys, this is the way I feel.
Didn't Michelle Tafoya step down?
She did.
Remember that?
Yep. And they're like, they're not crazy. They're just like they're tired of having their watch what they say all the time, working.
Sage Steele was interviewing someone. Who are the two people that look alike? It's like,
it was Joe Rogan and Dana White.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
she's like,
she had a
so
brain
what's Joe
fart.
Rogan up to these days? And he's like, wait, do you think I'm Joe Rogan? And she's like, you know what? I did.
Yeah, she had we've all had that. Trust me, you do this long enough, you will have that brain fart. So yeah, but I love Sage Steele. She's awesome.
I like Sage Steele just because I don't know, I like the things that she talks about when she was on ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, she still talks sports, but she's also not afraid to speak her mind. But yeah, Keith Olbermann has just like gone after her, and it's like, why are you doing this, dude?
Chris, have a good one, my man.
Have a good one, buddy. Yep. Also, continuing here, Rep Jordan.
And next week is Mad Scribe, right? Next week comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Yep.
Continuing, Biden-Harris years under the White House pressure, YouTube changed its policies to censor political debate on COVID and elections. So saying, geez, it was kind of weird that you're looking at everybody's like vote total, and Joe Biden has this erect penis of 100 and whatever it was, 81 million votes or whatever it was. It just looks nothing like any election before and probably after. And we're just supposed to believe like there wasn't stuff going on with like all the at-will paper ballots being just sent out and let's face it, as we know, filled in by a lot of people. But that's okay.
The hanging chads. Remember that?
Yeah, the hanging chads. Yeah. Sorry. Modern day hanging chads. But yeah, we all know what happened. And look, even with that, a lot of those elections were close. So I'm wondering how much Trump might have won by in 2020, but it's okay. Honestly, I think the 4 years in between, it was almost like a necessary breath for the country to kind of see where things were and how bad it would get.
The irony would be, like, it's all like just going back, but what if Donald Trump would have won in 2020? Like, who would be the president right now?
That's a good point. Yeah. Be wide open. I know DeSantis probably would have run. Who knows?
And then the people that are screaming like, oh, I can't stand Donald Trump, he would have been over.
Yeah. Yep. You could have gotten rid of him. You could have just taken your medicine, taken your castor oil, and just be done with it.
I had to take castor oil before
yeah,
the
I
cult
remember
I
you
was
said
in.
that. It was awful, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you could have just done it and be done with them. And who knows, maybe if you'd have run this, well, who knows who would have run. I mean, I wouldn't have thought Joe Biden would have run if he had lost in 2020 and 2024. So it would have been a wide open field. But hey, this is what you get. It all worked out, in my opinion. And plus, Trump's term would have been taken up. The first half would have just been all COVID stuff. And it would have just been bad. I think we needed to see how bad things could get with the inflation, with the foreign policy screw ups and all that. And then look, Trump comes riding in, and he's doing a hell of a job. Keith Olbermann and Destiny are neck and neck for the most unhinged in America. Yeah, absolutely, Craig. Boy, Destiny, he is crazy. But look, he's just quite. I hate to say it, but he's just like a YouTuber, a streamer, just like me. I mean, Keith Olbermann was a professional broadcaster. You don't find that type of crazy. Like, say what you want about Rachel Maddow. She's a little unhinged, a lot unhinged, but like the difference between her and Olbermann it's like.
I always like that clip of that guy saying, "I wish you were as passionate as you are right."
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
No, I wish you were as right as you are
you're
passionate.
Yeah.
Good night, Travis.
Hey, Travis. Today, YouTube admits that the censorship pressure is unacceptable and wrong. Yep. They're rolling back its policies, including topics. So you can talk about COVID and elections. Good. COVID was a bad flu, especially the Omicron that first came out. But look, the thing was, there was nothing we could have done about that first wave. It was like the Spanish flu. Came through like shit through a goose. Sorry. It just, unfortunately, it happens and it sucks, those people died. But there's nothing we could have done. And everything after that was just a very, a pale imitation of that initial.
What link, Mac?
Yeah, I don't know if he was just talking. He might have just been talking.
Maybe someone else in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And remember, Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook, he admitted back in August last year, the Biden administration pressured Facebook to censor Americans. They throttled the Hunter Biden laptop story. Guys, this is the government putting their finger on the scale. And for them to now claim that, Trump is trying to get Jimmy Kimmel fired when really it's just ABC not wanting to deal with the headache, it really takes the cake. Love this guy here. This is Shri Thandar, sold up to 750,000 of crypto in Bitcoin. But I love the comment here from Perk. This nigga looks like an 8-year-old that made a wish to become a grown-up overnight. And it became true. Yeah, somebody said, I can't tell if he's 8 or 50.
Looks like a Monchichi doll.
He does. That hair. Woof. Ryan Routh, the second would-be Trump assassin, was found guilty, going to jail for a long time.
Is this the golf course one?
Yep.
Yeah.
After the guilty verdict was read, he tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen. I guess the court photographer, not photographer, the sketch artist, I guess tried to capture that moment. Can see him there trying to jab the pen into his jugular. Looks like John Kerry there, doesn't he?
He does.
Looks like John Kerry.
The president guy.
Yeah, he ran for president against
the
Bush the second time. Yeah. Just noticed that right now. But he tried to stab himself in the neck. Nope, sorry. Not going to work. And the violent left-winger who tried to assassinate Justice Brett Kavanaugh came out as transgender. Changed his name to Sophia. Keep that name out your mouth. There's better people with that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has her big dance this weekend.
Ooh, nice.
Homecoming's early. Remember when homecomings were in,
October? Mid-October. Yeah, I always remember it like mid-October.
She has hers. A local high school had theirs. Your alma mater had theirs last week, and this week is my alma mater's.
Was that guy actually 70? My God. They say black don't crack. I guess the Jeets don't crack either. That guy was 70. He made a deal with the devil. Yeah, and Badger, that Routh is now 0 for 2.
Why? Who else did he go for? Oh, himself and Trump. I got it now.
Yep. Trump, yep.
I didn't know his name. That was
it was Ryan Routh. and wokeness. I'm gonna trust this is correct. Sex offenders per million. Women 3, men 395. Trans women, those are dudes thinking that they're women. 1,916. I'd like to see the murder rate. We already know the assassination and murder rate is probably off the charts with that particular population too. Let's see. Here's another one. There's a YouTuber called.
Hold on, buddy. Dice Tales. Did you miss the interview? It is. It's towards the beginning.
Yep. Yeah, watch us through, and then you can go back.
Yeah.
Yep. It's towards the beginning.
Yeah, maybe like 15 minutes.
15 in.
Yeah.
15 in. There's a D&D tuber, Gamers on Games. I think this is Eldrad Wolfsbane. Thank you very much for bringing this to our attention. They're eating the checks. I don't know what this means. They're eating the balances. Crack me up. And then Gamers on Games. Shame we aren't doing it on Kirk's birthday. May that racist MFer freeze in hell next to his true Lord and King, Satan. So who is Gamers on Games? I'm glad you asked.
Who made that logo, Double D? That's Daughter D, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
D's? Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Completely off script here. So, for those of you who are unaware, two major things happened just tonight. Jimmy Kimmel had his show pulled. According to an article on CNN, he is still employed, but his show is off air. And they're figuring out what to do, and they're going to make him do an apology.
This is the guy who said Charlie Kirk is in hell.
Additionally, Trump has declared that Antifa, as vague as that is...
As vague as that is. Oh, you mean the guys that wear masks, the same kind that Gavin Newsom was complaining about? Those people that wear masks and throw frozen ice bottles and pepper spray and...
Somebody made a comment about concrete milkshakes.
Concrete milkshakes? Yeah, like Andy No. And they almost killed Andy No. I think a couple of times, actually. Because he goes right up into Portland to deal with these MFers.
If I was in the NBA, I would not want to play for Portland.
I mean, I know the land is beautiful out there, and it's like you go outside of Portland, and like I think everybody's like normal. In fact, I think a lot of the state just wants to secede and join Idaho. There really is a movement to do that. Shark talks about it a lot.
Because he's up in Idaho.
Yes. Yeah, him and Spin are up.
Chomp, chomp.
Yep.
Is now a terrorist organization. So, basically, anyone who he deems to be Antifa is now a terrorist.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
And I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Yeah.
Which makes things very difficult for anyone who doesn't agree with his policies.
But agrees with the Antifa's policies?
Yeah.
Okay. We're following.
The violence that you guys preach.
Right.
Okay.
Now, that being said, my concern is this. Things are getting increasingly more polarized. It's getting bad out there. I'm seeing it not only real world stuff, as it were, but it is now crawling into the hobby. And it's crawling into the hobby hard. Now, we've talked about polarization in the
That's a
hobby
good one.
before.
It's
This
a good
is
one.
nothing new. We have talked about...
He does look like a 90s singer, doesn't he?
How is that board game bound? Like, those are board games back there, but it looks like it's on top of that bag too. Like, how does that fall over?
Is it like a weird angle? Like, are we looking up? Is he trying to do like the god like angle? Like he's got the Garibay angle. We should call it
maybe.
But yeah,
it's really weird.
It is weird. Yeah.
Companies that are far right.
These guys all look like they live in pigsties.
They do. Will you clean your fucking house?
Look, you've made the decision you're going to be a streamer. Great. Stream from either good locations, like if you're going to do an outdoor, don't do it in front of a garbage dump. Go to a park or something. Or All you have to do is literally clean a 8x8
corner of your
corner of the fucking room. Get a. You don't even have to paint the rest of it.
Get some Sherwin-Williams. Get a fucking Hoover vacuum cleaner and a Swiffer and just clean the shit
Go to
up.
fucking Pier 1.
Like, look at all
put
those,
a couple fucking things on the wall.
In his bookshelf, I can see like some board games because they're pushed all the way up against the wall. But some of that stuff looks like manila folders and Taco Bell bags.
Does. You tie like on top there, right?
Yeah, like there's a bag here.
Yep,
but
I see exactly.
There's what's that right there? And like that looks like the tag of a bag of fucking red onions in those purple bags. Like,
yeah, peeking out right over
Jiminy
his right cheek, right to the left of his right cheek.
It looks like a bag of
yeah
or garlic bulbs or something.
all these leftists, they all live in pigsties and they're so lazy. They're all so fucking lazy. None of them want to work. And his channel, Gamers on, you'd be like, oh, Gamers on Games, let me go to his channel. Oh man, he's got 4,000 subscribers. Oh man, that's a big channel. Oh man, oh, well. Look at the views on his videos. Like he's given like Condor a run for his money. Like as far as like the dearth of views, like his videos draw flies.
We have talked about corporate cancellations, the cancellations of artists and layout people and designers and play testers. We have covered so much of it. We've covered even Gen Con violence in the past.
Against the quartering, right? Jeremy Hambley? Because that's the only Gen Con violence. Unless some stupid troon was misgendered.
There's been a vast variety of coverage. I think we're entering into a new stage. If I may just cut to the chase.
Please do.
I think we're entering into a new stage, and I think we are going to start seeing problems more frequently at conventions.
Yeah, for you guys.
I really think that what we're going to start seeing is a split inside the convention sphere. What I mean that by that split is where we have conventions that are more focused on things. Some are more focused on RPGs, some are more focused on war games, some are more focused on LARPing. It's board games. It's all variety. I think you're going to start seeing polarization along the lines of where you stand. So we're going to have RPG conventions that are just for the conservatives. We're going to have ones that are, the LARPing games that are just for the liberals.
Well, this guy's Nostradamus. We already have that, dummy. Everybody knows, like, Gen Con.
Quasimodo predicted all this.
Who did what?
Gen Con's a liberal convention. To some extent, like Origins, very liberal focused. That Philadelphia Con, whatever it's called, they're all run by leftists. And contrary, I don't even want to say they're conservative, but like CNYCon, North Texas, conventions like that, even like Arnicon, notwithstanding Justin Alexander, that are just kind of like just games focused, not like there's no workshops for troons or anything like that. It's just games. So if you want to call that conservative, fine. But what you're really seeding is that conservatives just want a game. So this guy is like, I guess he's just stating the Captain Obvious, we can call him. Ryan for 2 semen retention. Right. Remind me, I'll do a semen retention drop for Ryan for that.
Okay.
Remind me, Crazy Mouse. I think I still have that.
All right.
Steve Cavadas, old school
That's awesome.
member, upgrading. coming into the gold, the gilded level. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Whatever the case is. And the thing is that this is going to create a problem in the long run. Now, I have made no bones and never hid where I stand on things. I have never shied away from, hey, listen, if you've got somebody at your table that makes you uncomfortable, either A, you ask them to leave, or you leave. Whatever the case is.
Why are they at your
And
table? Is
listen,
he
if
talking
it's
about it being at a
consensus,
convention?
You know,
I think at a convention.
then
Okay.
you gotta leave.
But
It's common
wouldn't
courtesy.
you? Couldn't you read the room? Like if you were sitting down to play, and you could just tell from the vibe at the table, like maybe this is just isn't for me.
Yeah.
Is that obvious? I've never played at a convention. I've gone to convention and people watched, but I've never. Well, that's not true. I did play in that werewolf game. I did play.
Yeah.
But like,
But that's like more. That was like
it's
a social game. Yeah, that was.
But if I was at a table with like 4 people or whatever the limit is, couldn't you just tell?
You can. There's been games I'm like, oh, but shit, this is going to be a long one. But most of the time we stick it out.
Or can't you just turn it off for 3 hours and just coexist?
Yeah. Yeah, which I've been able to do. I think at Gen Con like 10 years ago, we were run, one of the games, like a superhero game, was run by a Troon. And honestly, I didn't even think anything about it. I said, oh, that's kind of weird, but whatever, and I was just, because back then it wasn't as politicized. So it was like, okay. It was a boring game. This person did a terrible job, but yeah, there you go. Screen grab that.
Yeah, that's a dumpster.
Yep.
Edgelord has a question for you.
Oh, fuck yeah. Looking forward to it. In fact, we already got our badges, already made our hotel reservation. We are good.
That's next year in June.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a great little convention. That's going to only get, I don't know how they can grow, but man, that convention is going to be highly sought after because Greg can come down for it. Roger, who runs it, is really cool. Bloodworth was there. Tenkar was there. I'm there. Not for nothing, but I'm there.
I'm there.
Running my shit.
Don't be a jerk. But the thing is that I
Double
think
D.
what we're going to see is I
Hit
think
that
we're gonna-
pause button.
Yo.
I got an update for you. The Howlers are down 5-2.
Fuck.
In the bottom of the 7th. But there's man on 2nd and 3rd for the Howlers. No outs.
Okay.
So 2 on, no outs.
going to see a
3-run
vast
dinger
uptick in the
That would
aggression
be nice.
that goes on here.
Let's all manifest a 3-run home run.
I don't know exactly what conventions can do about it.
Do about what?
I think some conventions are going to need to work on policies.
How about that commercial that Don Draper made? Can you just buy the world a fucking Coke?
Yeah. It's like, that's the way it used to be. Nobody thought about this stuff until you people decided to make everything political. We just, like I said, I used to be friends with a lot of lefties, and they are just crazy now. I knew them all from online, and they're just crazy. It's like, I'd love to game with them, but good Lord, like one trooned out, a bunch of others just are irrevocably broken in the brain. I still have like folks like Hastermind, from that group, who are still awesome.
You got liquored up with him.
Okay, that's a fun stream. He was pretty drunk. He was very drunk.
They're going to need to figure out, first of all, what they want to do about it. Okay. I could see some conventions saying, nope, we're gonna try and make it, apolitical. So people are gonna be like, nope.
What would be the wrong with that? An apolitical convention should be what everyone aspires to.
We're gonna double down on whatever we believe. And I think conventions are gonna need to figure out where they sit on that.
Even at these like quote unquote Republican conventions, no, I don't think anybody talks about politics, or if they do, it's very quiet and like amongst themselves. Like they don't start the session, talking about like, how we ought to get the Democrats and stuff. It's like, it's just politics is not brought up at all. It's just fucking gaming.
I think they're really going to have to think about what is important to them, what is sustainable, and what message do they want to send. Now, I'm not just thinking small conventions, I'm thinking big conventions. Think about it this way. When abortion rights were still being contested before they were outright stripped away, Gen Con had made the statement of, oh, if you get rid of it, we're leaving. And then they didn't. They fell through, and they got a lot of backlash for it, and then everybody just sort of swept it under the memory rug, as it were.
Yeah, because there's nowhere else to go. They realize that was dumb, and that's why you can't have retards running your conventions from a business point of view. Craig Bragg for 5. I'm playtesting.
Craig Bragg won some. He won some scratchers, man.
Playtesting for Castles and Crusades, great game at Claricon in October. It's in a church and organized by a guy called the Dungeon Minister. He's a YouTuber, isn't he? Yeah, I know that guy. He seems pretty cool. Excellent. And yeah, now that you mentioned it, Claricon, I know that was his thing. Yeah, have fun. I bet that'll be awesome.
In October, it's coming right up, right around the corner.
Yep. And yeah, Badger, one side can tell fantasy from reality and plays to get away from it, rather than just to push an agenda. Yeah, it's just like being friends with these people. It's got to be so tiresome. Like just everything is just
like exhausting.
Yes. It's like everything has to be viewed through that lens. And it's like they even drag us into the mud with them at times, and it's like, oh God, you need a break from these people. You need to get them out of your lives for a while.
I think we are going to be seeing a lot more of that. I think because bigger entities than us failed when the time was right and when they had the ability to stand up to this, because they capitulated, everything else kind of dominoed. And we're running out of dominoes until it gets down to us.
So he wants to make Gen Con more political, is what it comes down to.
He should have a group chat with that guy from last week that reeked of patchouli with the hat. What was his name? He had the long beard.
Oh,
Grimlock or something. What was his name?
You talking about Justin Alexander?
No.
Grim Jim. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was getting my. It's all blurring together. Crazy Mouse. Yeah, Grim Jim. Yep. Patchouli. Yeah.
Getting there. It's getting there, and it's getting there very, very quickly. So, at this point, what can conventions do? I'm not sure.
It's too bad.
I think what you're going to have is a situation where...
I hate to see it break up families. It's...
Conventions are, as I said, they're going to need to pick a path. Not a side. A path.
What does that
They're
even
going to need to figure out what they want to do, where they want to go, and how they want to pursue it. And I have a feeling a lot of this is going to leave a side out in the cold. I don't know which side.
I don't know what he's talking about. All these conventions are already they're already notoriously run by liberals. Conservatives know you go there, you go at your own risk, and you got to be more or less incognito. That's just the way it is.
Here's the thing. When we play RPGs...
when you talk for a long time, and then after about 14 fucking minutes, you have to say, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It means...
Get to the point.
Yeah, Jiminy Christmas.
Get to the point. Cal, $5. There are 2 wolves inside of you. Stop eating the wolves. like that one.
Speaking of the wolves, they failed.
You're kidding. They didn't get one across.
They did not get one across. Second and third, nobody out.
Nobody out. That's the ball game right there.
And that now it's the top of the 8th.
That's the ball.
That
the
was
ball.
their chance.
That was the ball game. You got to get that runner on at least third home. I mean, preferably both.
He was on first, and then most likely it sounded like a double, but they probably held him up at third base.
Yeah, their third base coaching is a little suspect at times. All right.
Oh boy.
Let's do our lunacy montage, shall we? You didn't think I forgot about that?
Her shirt's on backwards. Just kidding.
Yeah,
That's the camera
That's
angle.
a TikTok
I know.
thing.
I know.
Yeah, it's a TikTok thing.
Out of Dollar General, and the person that is the checker is trans, and she's incredibly sweet. I see her in here all the time. And as I'm checking out, I said, "Thank you so much." She said, "Thank you too." And she said, "Be safe out there." And I said, "You too." And she said, "I'm trying." Is this what you guys want? Is this it?
Why can't I exist as my true self right now? That's not your true self, that's why. This! You don't think this is my true fucking self? What the fuck is your true self, you fucking ignorant piece of shit?
Is this what you guys want?
Is your true self being a little fucking pussy who's shorter and feels insecure?
Is this what you guys want?
About how they are? What? Oh, you don't like coming into people's spaces and getting them uncomfortable?
Is this what you guys want?
For being their true self? You don't like when people fucking do that to you? Get the fuck out of my face now!
Ooh, that was very rude of you.
Get the fuck out of my face!
Remember when Ben Shapiro's like, that was very ladylike.
That was a very ladylike.
Want to go to jail?
Is this what you guys want?
Sir, ma'am, I don't really know what to call you.
You're fucking done, man.
I'm done.
Get the fucking police, you just insulted me.
Well, listen here, pal. I mean, you are going to...
He sounded like Meathead from like All in the Family. Rob Reiner.
I like that he doubled down. Listen, pal.
Go to jail.
And I could fucking tell the police to get you.
I'm vegan, so don't say that. Listen.
You told me, He-Man, you really get the fuck out of my way right now.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
You do not have a release. I will sue you.
You're gonna sue him? Don't sue him, man, because we're trying to just...
You do not have a release. If you fucking post this, I will destroy you. I will destroy you.
Just keep going on. I got my crew with me now. I got my crew. Yeah! Yeah! What's up? Woo!
Who won? Who's next?
Bunch of brothers standing behind him. That was the best part. I got my crew here. Patrick Demo for 2. You haven't even seen my final form.
Thought you were trying to lose weight.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Stop it, you guys.
So, can whoever owns Tylenol, what is it, Procter & Gamble? I don't know. Whoever owns Tylenol, can they not hold the Trump administration liable for these spurious, untruthful claims?
So if you saw yesterday, Trump came out, basically said if you're pregnant, you should not take Tylenol during pregnancy because there's a couple of studies out there where there's some indications. And here's the thing, he didn't just make it up out of thin air. Like, they did have a couple of studies. Now, you can question the studies, but I think as Dr. Drew said, like, unless you have a fever of 105, you shouldn't be taking Tylenol anyway. McW's grimace is looking rough, yeah. You know who else agrees with that, by the way? That you should only take Tylenol like in a dire emergency, like fever over 105?
About their product causing autism? Like, aren't we not allowed to make claims like that with zero proof, and that will...
Yeah, Tylenol themselves agrees with it. This is from 2017. We actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. Thank you for taking the time to voice your concerns today. Must have been about something else. But there it is.
Invariably lead to.
But no, it's you gotta choke down bottles of Tylenol if you're one of these lefties. I don't even know if I put it in, but there was a pregnant woman taking Tylenol just to piss off Trump.
Remember, I had a huge Tylenol addiction back in the.
Yeah, you probably halfway ruined your liver.
I was up to like 40 some a day or something like that.
Lord, that's like Brett Favre like Vicodin levels.
That's why I don't take medicine now.
Yeah, you got to make up. You did a lifetime of damage and like how long of a period was that? Like a year? Maybe?
It was. How long did I do that for?
Yeah.
Oh my, like a month.
Oh, it was just a month. Okay.
Yeah, it was just, but that's not an exaggeration. It was like 40 some a day. It was just, I had a toothache and I just couldn't get into the dentist. I don't think I had like the right insurance or something. So just to numb the pain in my mouth, I just ate Tylenol nonstop.
Oh, man. That's brutal.
Tylenol making less money.
Escucha. Escucha.
Dale duro.
Escucha. Estamos en la luz.
So you're a young person walking by and you see a 72-year-old boomer beating up a piñata of Trump. What makes you think what makes them think that person is going to be like, hey, you know what? These are the people I need to be with. Like they have become so uncool, so cringy, so detestable, so violent. At all these like protests, at all the Tesla protests, it's all of these like 70-year-old women and their husbands who probably have like little signs or they're like blinking out codes to just kill them because they're trapped with these hideous demons.
Mommy, why is Grandma down there doing that?
Yeah. It's like,
am I going to Granny's house this weekend?
Oh, please.
She caught me sneaking Oreos.
Yeah.
Like,
then I got a lecture about. Do you want to end up like Trump or J.D. Vance?
Can someone explain to me why the memorial for Gums McGee was more like a motivational talk at
was
a
Gums
conference?
McGee Charlie Kirk?
I guess.
It's for an MLM rather than like an actual fucking memorial.
That's a big gal.
Yeah.
That's a big gal. Good choice going into portrait mode. I don't think we want to see you in landscape mode, sister.
It's because they're in a cult. That's why.
Oh, we're in the cult. Okay.
I finally got a couple videos seeing people order this like tea thing from Starbucks and calling it the Charlie Kirk. I thought the Charlie Kirk drink was just a shot. God.
Oh, yeah. They all think they're so funny too. These absolute little demons. Ugh. Disgusting. Oh, Horizon mode.
Look at that forehead, as Rogan would say. Oh my gosh, you know?
All right, so let's take odds. Let's take bets. You see a woman like this. Do you think there's going to be something soft and gentle that makes sense? A lot of common wisdom? Or do you think it's going to be like an unhinged meltdown?
I just have a few. Or one of those like, I withhold sex from my man because he voted for Trump.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a given. Look
at that sweater.
Just register Republican. Just register Republican. You're a blue dot in a red area. Just register Republican. Then you get a say in who gets to be their primary candidate. Register Republican. Just register Republican. It doesn't matter. You can go online. That little card doesn't make a difference. It doesn't actually mean anything. You can just register Republican. Let's all just register Republican.
Wow.
It's like a tongue twister.
Register Republican.
We should all register Republican. What will happen if the Republican Party and the MAGA Party all starts getting crazy leftist LGBTQ folk and we can all just register Republican? There's nothing stopping them. If they're going to round up all the leftists and the Democrats, we can all just register Republican. It's all fake anyway. It's all made up. Register Republican. You can vote for whoever you want in the general elections, but in the primaries, you would have a voice in a less crazy candidate, maybe making it to the last stage of the game here. Just register.
Do we trust her on who's crazy?
I know.
and
I
who's
like
not?
how she talked about being crazy. Oh my gosh. Rabid squirrel, says surly old wolf.
Register Republican. Just do it. Just
register Republican.
Just do it.
Register Republican. Register Republican. Good Lord. Yeah. We're in the cult. Yep. We're in the cult over here.
I just went for a 5.5 mile run, and I'm wearing a sports bra and shorts.
And a bat belt.
And I went to the grocery store to get some chicken just because I don't have any food at home. And this employee was staring at me. I'm not even kidding, the entire time. Even when I looked at him and made eye contact with him back, he continued to look at me. I've never felt so uncomfortable. And this...
I just had to fire up my phone and do a TikTok about it. I had to show off my body, do a TikTok, and then throw some grocery boy under the bus because you were wearing yoga pants into a public establishment. If you don't want your ass stared at, don't dress like that.
This is what sucks about being a woman.
Why couldn't you go home and change?
It's like you can't do anything without people staring at you. Like, I'm sorry that I went for a run.
Apology accepted, I guess. I don't know.
You know what she was really saying? So I'm sorry I'm so beautiful, as she sees herself.
Kid was probably 16, says Lord
Yeah.
Sathar.
Yeah. You're going to get looks when you dress like that.
She did not run 5.5 miles, says Francis.
Yeah, it didn't look like she was all sweated out.
All right, who's going to win? The little
Oh, I
Hispanic
saw
guy?
this.
At a
I saw
Hooters.
this. Yeah.
All right.
Or the two female cops in full body armor?
There's like a Hispanic midget and 2 female cops. Let's see who wins.
Great, it's great. He's a game for him. He's not even trying. They're starting to laugh too. I believe in you. Whoever wins, I believe in you.
He sounds like Randall from Clerks, the narrator here. I don't have much to say after watching this. I just wanted to say thank you, says Robert Santa. Well, thank you, Robert, for always being here.
Yep.
Good to have folks like you on board and everybody else who was here tonight and super chatted and helped support the channel and just
puts
like
up
I
with
said,
us.
Yeah, just puts up with us and helps keep the chat entertaining for you guys and us.
Good
See
God,
ya,
he's
Bloodworth.
getting it.
Vámonos!
He's doing this in flip-flops.
It's like your big brother, like he's like my big brother was like 7 years older than me. So he, when I was like a little kid, he'd let me like beat up on him, and then like he would do stuff like this. Like, okay, now I'm done. I'm just gonna walk away from you.
Well, the cops can't do their jobs. They cannot subdue a 140-pound Hispanic guy. But that guy did.
Please, I heard her say, please, just get him on the ground.
Yeah. Is this who you want? Like, you're in trouble. Your family's in desperate trouble. There's a murderer about. These 2 cops show up. Hope you can take care of yourself. And honestly, from what I've seen, like, they're just as likely to shoot you as they are the bad guy. They'll as Sam Hyde once eloquently said, they're going to try to reach for their taser and reach for their gun by accident.
Remember the Samoans from WWE or WWF back then?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mr. Fuji and Saito.
That was fucking sad for the female cops.
I think Mr. Fuji is the one who trained Sid Vicious.
I guess they can't do their job. They still can't do their job.
They gotta have 2 brothers help them out. Are you kidding me?
Did you see the fight at the Waffle House between the black dude and the white guy? It was the white guy, I think, was a worker there, and the black guy was like, kept calling him a bitch.
Send it to me.
Okay.
I'll include it next week.
Listen, we can do this easy, or
Right, but okay, so let me see me running the stop sign. You got your camera, right?
We have cameras.
Okay, so let me see it.
No, I'm not showing you the
well, I'm
camera.
about to call my lawyer and you can back the fuck up because
Step out
I'm
of the
not
car.
running no fucking light.
Step out of the car.
No,
Or I'm going to make you step out of the car, okay?
We need you to step out of the car. We can have a conversation in the back.
No.
It's
Just comply.
I know. Stop escalating it.
It's like society is just screaming this now, and it's not just old white guys. It's everybody to these sisters. Just fucking comply. You ran a stop sign. Just do what they did. Get your ticket, unless you've got warrants, and just pay your fucking fine. That's all it is.
No, that's not how this works. You need to come out of the car. No, it's not.
I didn't do anything, and
If I have to put hands on you and you resist, you're going to get another charge, okay?
So we just need you to step out so we don't have to force you to come out.
Put your fucking phone down and just do what they're asking you to do.
Look at the extra effort these cops are going to. This is what's going to happen if you don't do this. I'm going to ask you for the 10th time, please stop doing this so you don't end up on some middle-aged guy's live stream, where they're all laughing at you. But no, they just can't help themselves.
Step out of the car.
Do it.
She can't
Step out of the
do
car.
it.
Okay, step out of the car.
Do it. There you go.
Don't you fucking kick me.
Try to kick him.
Bitch. Don't fucking kick me.
Put your hands behind
your
back.
hands.
Put your hands behind your back.
Give me your fucking hands. Give me your fucking hands. Starts at 15. Give me your hands. Give me your hands. You're getting pepper spray. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
I can't give you my hands.
I'm too busy holding my phone.
I gotta fold my phone. I gotta call my lawyer. I gotta call Matlock. You got my hands. She's thinking of that song. I got a man.
Hands.
Give me your hands.
You got my hands.
You are not listening.
It was kind of like that song, wasn't it?
Do you know that he sings both the male and the female version?
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
I got a man.
What your man
What
got
your man
to do
got
with
to
it?
do with me?
And you got my hands.
Put them behind your back.
How if you got them behind your back?
I can't.
She can't feel her own hands because she's so fat. You could have avoided all that.
You know what, Ryan? You're 1,000,000% correct. He'll be in the fault because he called her a bitch.
Call her a bitch for getting kicked. Yep. Ugh. Endless. Wide Wake in America. Endless. The fatigue is endless.
You're a bastard from a basket.
Yes, indeed.
When it comes to youth and children, that's what we just do normally in Anglo-American culture, broadly conceived, right? So one of the things that childhood studies scholars make a distinction between that might be helpful is between the figure of the child, right? You can think of this capital T, capital C, right? The child and actual children. And we have these sorts of ideas about childhood, right, that are actually really powerful, and they actually condition real children's lives. But part of the problem is that the child is an ideal. It's just a concept. It's a story. It's wishful thinking about what we wish was true about how age is organized in our society.
So here's a troon, obviously. I hope you guys understood that.
Trying to talk like a girl, like with an accent, and then, off camera rips the wig off,
Thought you were trying to lose weight.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
But also talking about how childhood isn't really a thing. And this all goes back to the old maps thing. Because this person is probably a map. Oh, childhood, it's nothing. Like there's no innocence in childhood. It's just a social construct. Detestable.
It's a man, baby.
God, yeah.
Perfect time.
Oh, this is in front of Turning Point USA. This is the this is all the memorials for Charlie.
I heard someone sent a screenshot of how much it cost to get an Uber to go to that because it was so busy and backed up with traffic.
Oh, really?
Up to $700 is what you were getting charged to get an Uber there. That's not what the Uber driver got paid. That's how much you paid.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Hey, hi, how are you? This is really something.
Look at that. Don't tell me this didn't make an impact.
So peaceful.
Yep.
No one's screaming.
Yep. I'm sure. I'm not. Maybe it's in Florida. Maybe it's got to be in a red state. Arizona, maybe. Oh, he was from Arizona, right? Yeah. So it's
where this was held. I thought it was.
Well, it was Arizona for the thing, but I don't know. This is Turning Point headquarters. So.
Oh, okay.
Guys, where's Turning Point, Arizona?
They're all saying.
I knew
Arizona,
Charlie
yeah.
was in Arizona, his HQ. Yeah. Other than the occasional brain fart, Arizona is more or less normal. Yep. Beautiful. I'll show you guys one thing here. So I could pick this up. Actually, I think one of my subscribers said, "Hey, did you get this?" I love the old Planet of the Apes, so this is from Magnetic Play, using the West End game system. I think I brought this up on Patty's stream. It's okay from what I've seen. Obviously, I haven't run it or played it or anything, but just kind of like looking through it, seems to be consistent and in line with the setting. You can be a human, you can be a mutant.
And what game was this?
Planet of the Apes, yeah. Now the originals, like from the Charlton Heston from like the 60s, not the latest ones. But you can kind of see here, some of the ape archetypes.
Is it a D6 game?
Okay, so it is the old West End Games D6, where each skill or attribute has a number of die sixes associated with it. You add those, you roll them, and you add them up. So it's not like in some of these modern die six games where you're just looking for sixes. And you're rolling against a target number. So in some ways, it's kind of...
Got exploders?
I think by virtue of having a wild die in your pool, I think you can explode certain dice, if I'm not mistaken. So now the one thing they do have that I didn't like was they have kind of fallen into the apocalypse thing of having like... where is it?
The crew is all saying it's a great game.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that they have like partial successes and like setbacks and stuff like that. I think that's getting kind of played out a little bit. But that's just a minor quibble. There you see the wild die there, what you can do with it. On a success, you can make a ordinary success, a critical success, or exceptional. You can get 2 hero points.
I think we knew what you meant, Surly.
Yep.
He said Linda Harrison. I mean, he said Linda Hamilton, but he meant Linda
Harrison. Yeah.
yeah.
The Nova. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Linda Hamilton
Yeah.
What Terminator?
Terminator, yeah. Lynn Harrison was beautiful. I had a crush on her from a young age. Love that right there. The
Bob DM out. Have a good one.
Yep. See you, Bob.
Thanks for joining us tonight. He was representing Rumble.
Excelente. I do like the artwork here. We see so much shit art in role-playing games. This is art that is in line, even though it's a little muddied. It fits the setting. So I'm generally speaking, I like this game. Kind of there's a mutant right there. I didn't see any Cal Arts bullshit. There's none of that weird, retarded art in this.
Max out. Have a good one.
There you go. The Great Apes. So generally speaking, I don't have a problem. The only bullshit in the game.
It's Planet of the Apes, Sway Rod. There you go.
There you go. There's only one part that I kind of rolled my eyes at. And that was, where is it? Something about bigotry or something like that. Yeah, I must have missed it. Yeah, there's one stupid part about discrimination there. There's nothing about like safety tools and that shit. It's basically just saying, hey, the apes hate the humans hate the blah, blah, blah. Don't be a bad person. It's generally speaking, in terms of modern day games, this is enough where I would excuse it if the rest of the game is pretty good.
Is that just like a disclaimer?
More or less.
Kind of like Red Bull gives you wings.
Yes, with 3 eyes. Yeah.
Right.
This is the 3 eyes and Red Bull gives you wings. Yeah. So it's basically just saying, hey, don't be a bigot. Like, okay, we get it, but not enough. It wouldn't be enough for me to throw the baby out with the bathwater because A, I like the setting, and B, like I said, that's cool. Look at that. It's just evocative. So if you want to do like a one-shot Planet of the Apes, this could be doing a little mini campaign, little 3-week arch there. They're not afraid to show the guns,
the weaponry.
Yep. So
Disco says, "What if I want to be a bigot?"
Well, you know me. Go to it. Be as bigoted as you want.
I don't want to be a pirate.
Shani, give him something.
Let's see here.
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Do you, punk? Goblinoid Games put out a simple OSR booklet called Apes Victorious. It actually does a decent job being an unofficial Planet of the Apes game. Oh, that's cool. Kind of like the Prime Directive used to be the unofficial Star Trek game. Just couldn't use Enterprise and all the, Captain Kirk and all that stuff. But yeah, overall, I'm enjoying reading it. I'd like to run it, maybe just for like a one shot or something. We'll see. See how it goes. The system seems easy. Instead of a die 20 going against like a target number, like I think 15 is average. So I think you're expected in every roll between your skills and attributes to have 4 or 5 dice to hit like an average number. And of course there's modifiers and stuff like that. So the rules seem pretty simple. If not a throwback. I never really played West End games. I think I ran a one shot of like Ghostbusters. So I never played the original Star Wars.
Snake Oil ran one.
Oh, nice. Nice. It'd be hard to find a group that would stick it out for a whole campaign. I could see you doing like a little one shot or something. Yeah, my favorite movies growing up, honestly, between those and the Star Trek movies. We have a channel out of Lorain, Ohio. You remember WUAB, channel 43?
Sure
Crazy
do.
Mouse. Yeah, I remember in like when we were in like middle school, they would have like a Planet of the Apes marathon. And that's in the early 80s, when these movies were not easy, they weren't on all the time. So it was a appointment watching. watching the Planet of the Apes.
Bottom of the ninth, my man. It ain't looking good.
Still 5-2?
Nope. It's worse.
It's a good run. They had their chance last night.
They had their chance with tonight.
Yeah. They had a couple opportunities last night too, where they trapped men on base. Yeah.
Someone earlier asked what was a barback, and I don't know if they're still here. A barback was someone behind the scenes that just made sure the ice bins were filled with ice. You had plenty of glasses. The bartenders had juices in their bottles. They didn't have those pop guns with like juice on them. We used real juice. Made sure that constantly was filling the cooler with the cold beers and rotating them so the customers were getting cold beers all the time.
And also telling people every 10 seconds, I'm not a bartender.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. I'm not a bartender.
You literally learned. I started as a barback, and then I worked my way up, and I eventually ended up running bars. So you learned the business from the bottom up.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it serious, and I loved it. That's what a barback did.
Was this the guy that did that? D&D Dad and Son? Goblin guy sent the cease and desist. Oh, Lord, what a retard. Anyway. Yeah, Edgelord confirms. All right, guys. We will let you go. We're one man down tonight. Hope Rogan is okay.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. R.I.P. Rogan, indeed.
Oh my God! They killed
Rogan.
you, bastard!
As long as it's not Barback Mountain.
Hey, I like that. Michael Rose. I like the cut of your jib. All right. We're gonna let you guys go. Thanks all again. Much appreciated.
Nixit, Shark, good night. Chomp chomp.
Yep. Talk to you guys very soon. I'm due for another video. I know. Just trying to balance this La Vida Loca I'm living right now. just finding time, guys. That's all. Hopefully things settle down here. Again, super chats, memberships, all you guys killing it. Love you guys.
99 cents if you just want to sign up. You get the behind the, old live plays, things of that nature.
Yep. And we may do, maybe what I'll do is I'll do a after hours, like a little after stream for just members next week. I'll set one up. Hopefully I can do that for Rumble too. Rumble is so frustrating because I know there are actually a few members on Rumble, and I don't think I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm trying to figure out how I can service you. Now there's only a couple, so I can't do like a whole like special stream just for Rumble people yet, but I want to include you guys. And Rumble, they never make anything easy. So it's, oh well. Yeah, shawl wearers and femboys are. Yep.
Double D, you have a question here?
Gary Con in 26. I don't know about that.
Where's Gary Con?
Lake Geneva.
And what time of year is that at?
It's March, right?
King Donald?
I think that's March. Yep. Alrighty. All right, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Yep. For Crazy Mouse, this is Double D signing off. I'll send you out with some love. Yeah, we'll see what I got cooked up for you. It's nothing new. All right. Take care. Peace. Love you guys. Adios.
was I a sweet and gentle soul, ere they seized a hold of me whole. Opened I doors for dames most old, they did the blind with hearts so bold. Friends I have none, for they read the scrolls. They dare not be seen where my shadow rolls. Now down am I, forsaken and frowned, and growing mean as rumors abound. No more Sir Kindly, no more Sir Clean, no more Sir Kindly, they call me obscene. No more Sir Kindly, I heed no plea. Sir Kindly's name be gone from me. Today mine hound did bite my leg, mine cat did claw mine eyes, and Ma's been cast from circles high, whilst father from shame doth hide. To church I went in common dress, incognito nonetheless, till Father Smith he raised his eye, then struck my nose and cried on high. No more Sir Kindly, no more Sir Clean, no more Sir Kindly, they call me obscene. No more Sir Kindly, I heed no plea. Sir Kindly's name be gone from me. To church I went in common dress, incognito nonetheless, till Father Smith he raised his eye, then struck my nose and cried on high. No more Sir Kindly,